Alrighty there, folks. Hello there. This is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. So, we're going to be doing more Neon Dynasty draft, as usual. But this time, instead of doing best out of one, we're going to do best out of three. I've found a lot more success doing best out of three for some reason. I don't know the exact reason why, but usually when I do Premier Draft, it's either been hit or miss. Sometimes I just I draft the best deck possible, and I go 0-2, or I sometimes just get up to 4 wins, and that's about it. So I guess it's more miss than hits. But after doing a couple of traditional drafting on Dynasty, I found out there was a wider range of people of all skill levels, so it feels like the environment is a little bit less difficult than doing Premier Draft. Since I don't think they pair you up with rankings for the most part. So honestly, I think since I've been having more success, we're just going to do best out of three, and best out of three is usually how Magic is meant to be played anyways. Especially when you go to your local game store, you're not going to do best out of one, so sideboarding does matter, and hate drafting. Even though we're doing live, it might actually matter in traditional drafts since not a lot of people, since it takes a longer time for pods to fill up, usually around even 3 or 4 minutes. So there's a more likelihood that you face against people in your same pod. So anyways, I think we're gonna do some best out of three. I'm just getting tired of getting wrecked on Premier drafts, and it's basically very difficult to climb at this stage. And I think this is a little bit more rewarding, even though once you hit 4 wins in Premier Draft, you can make 1,400 gems, and if you get 4 wins here, that will only count as 2 matches, so you would only get up to 1,000. If you manage to make up to get 3-0, which I did a couple of times already, you get up to 3,000 gems. So I think this is less riskier than Premier Draft, as strange as it seems. And the thing is, you also face against the same opponent twice at least in your matchups, or 3 times, I guess, twice or 3 times. So you aren't facing against a random opponent with either a really bad deck or a really nutty deck, or a deck that just managed to get lucky. There's more time to you can choose to be. You can reverse sweep, of course. So yeah, bigger fan of best out of 3, and I think it's a lot more fun. And then for some reason, it feels a little bit more different when you're drafting best out of 3 over best out of 1, since cards that you likely don't see tend to wheel, and powerful uncommons get passed. Whereas in best out of 3 now, it's very difficult to get, say, something like Boseiju Reaches Skyward, Life of Tashiro, or even Behold the Unspeakable, past like pick 2 in the pack. But yeah, I just found it less difficult, and the decks I face against are less bomb heavy, and I don't know. I guess it's just because of the wider range of skill levels that you have access to, and no one is paired up with the rankings. So I guess that's an easier, simpler way of trying to understand what's going on. But as you can see, the long wait time might not be appealing to most, but I think it's okay. So it might even take up to 4 minutes, so I'm just going to sip on some of my green tea and maybe blabber on about random topics or random things, or just anything related to Limited in general. Maybe it's best to just stay within the topic of Neon Dynasty. So I think this set is definitely one of my favorites of all time. Definitely a great limited environment. It's not the most balanced, well, I mean, it is relatively balanced. There's a lot of powerful commons and uncommons in all colors, but I just want to say, it's not as flexible as one would think it is. I feel like the Jeskai colors all want to do kind of their own thing, and they don't really pair well with any other color except black, for instance, or green for green-white. So, for example, if you end up drafting blue, you mostly just want to be heavy blue ninjas, since most of the best commons are ninjas, and you want to just pair it with black. And then you rarely pair it up with green because it's just not. They just don't synergize well with each other. I've done it with white, but it tends to be heavy blue, and and low curve. And then with red, it doesn't really mesh together as well either. But anyways, yeah, let's begin. We finally got our pot stars. So pack one, pick one traditional draft, best out of three. Um, best out of three Neon Dynasty. We have two insane picks here: Inventive Iteration and Behold the Unspeakable are both excellent. Not sure which one is better. This is a little bit more splashable since it's single blue. And then the fact it bounces something immediately. You draw a card, and then you get a 3/3. Whereas Behold the Unspeakable costs one more. It's kind of like the first ability of this by blanking the opponent's creature. It draws you maybe a two cards and scries two, and then it comes back as a flying trample. I think I might actually prefer Behold the Unspeakable, even though it's less easier to splash. If we do end up base green anyways, where it's not too difficult doing double blue for whatnot. So I think I actually take Behold over Inventive Iteration, but they're both the first picks. We got the Mythic Uncommon and then the Powerful Rare. But I think Behold might be slightly better, so I'll just take it over Inventive Iteration. And yeah, and this pack is kind of interesting. There's Enthusiastic Mechanauts, some red cards. Not really a big fan of blue-red. Usually the deck doesn't come together a whole too often, and even if it does, it's just not very good because like the red wants to be like heavy red, very low to the curve, aggressive. Not saying that you won't play Behold the Unspeakable, but it's better to just maybe take a monocolor here and hope something wheels. The best common in this pack is Kami's Flare, so there's a chance maybe we could wheel Enthusiastic Mechanauts, or if we end up like maybe base red, we can maybe draft the red-black artifacts deck instead of like the blue-black, or I mean, I guess there's also green, but I don't want to take a season or dual land this early. So probably just take a monocolor card here. I'm fine maybe just taking Kami's Flare. Synthesizer is arguably, maybe better than Kami's Flare, but if you're in red, I feel like it's more important to take the removal first over the artifacts that you sacrifice. So I'll just take a random Kami's Flare. We'll see where we end up. We just gotta take the most flexible, powerful card in each pack as we get past Kumano Faces Kakazan. Definitely the best red uncommon in the set, which we're gonna take over not much else. Clawing Torment could be fine if we pick up one later. Fang of Shigeki, fine one drop. But okay, we'll just keep taking the best card, and then if red is open, we could even abandon Behold and draft some sort of heavy aggressive red deck, or even if we end up blue-red, which again I'm not a big fan of. The stats don't show that it performs well. And then yeah, again, the Jeskai colors all want to kind of be narrow and do their own thing, so we'll see. Kumano Faces Kakazan is excellent as we get past the Moon Circuit Hacker, probably the best common in this pack. Definitely the most important ninja at common, since the ninjutsu is really cheap, and if you're able to cast something expensive, again like Behold the Unspeakable, that would be great. So you can like ninja this back and then recast it again. Yeah, at the start of format, I stated Moonsnare Specialist was the best blue common, but it turns out I think Modern Age took that spot, and I think this is the best blue ninja at common. Overall, nothing much too important. I think my second pick here would be like Ninja's Kunai. Red green is not really a thing. So I'll take a Moon Circuit Hacker and see where we end up as we get past another Kami's Flare. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to pigeon divert and move into green if I don't want to, since green's commons tend to be slightly above average, but most of them are pretty flat in terms of power level. Like, green's commons are all almost just the same. Like, you can argue taking Grove Archer, you can argue taking Preserver for whatever your green deck needs. Usually it takes something really special for me to move in the green, like a powerful pack one pick one green rare, or a powerful green uncommon, which is a couple, or if it's just very open and there's nothing else. But Kami's Flare is still a top common, so I'll take it here. I guess we might just move into blue-red after all. And this pack is not very exciting. Could just take a random Uncharted Haven, even if we end up two colors. It's decent to have some fixing. Dragon Spark Reactor is not very good. It's just too expensive to get going. And then there's multiple ways to interact with it in the set, especially enchantment-based removal and even Fade into Antiquity for green. So you invested so much time getting this to go, and just so expensive to cast, it's not really worth it. So what common would I take out of this pack? Maybe Infiltrator, which, been mostly best in blue-black, but I've seen people play it in red-black and it's been fine. But I think we take an Uncharted Haven here. Just keep our options open. Alright, and then there's not much here. Could just maybe take a Clawing Torment here. Since if we're going to be either aggressive blue-black or aggressive red-black, I think this is a really... This is a common that has shot up If we want to stay flexible, Papercraft Decoy is fine, but I think it's best in like red-black anyway, since you want to sack and pay it instead of ninjaing it isn't really easy to do, FYI. Also seen some late green commons, but again, nothing special. We'll take a Klein Torment here. And as we get past a Kami of Terrible Secrets, this card is a bit of a sleeper. Yeah, this card's definitely a sleeper, and it's not too difficult to build around. Um, Once, this is 4-mana, 3/4, still fine body, even if it doesn't draw a card, and the ability to draw a card is just way, way, moves us way up. Also, in my one copy of Kami, Restless Shouts, but we're also seeing a couple of green cards, like we could move into some sort of green multicolor thing, but again, no amazing green commons or anything stands out, so we'll just take this, and now what? Could still stay open and take a Centipede, which is very medium. I guess is okay since we're seeing a couple late black cards. If we knew we were blue, wouldn't mind Incision or Spell Pierce, but I'll hope we get one later. Let's just take a Chain Flail. And then, late Synthesizer, okay. So there's a chance we can end a red-black, and this is a pretty important common in red-black, and a pretty good one too. Over a Kami of Restless Shouts, which we can get later, so we could just end a red-black, and that's a fine place to be in. Take another Clawing Torment. Don't mind like 2 or 3 copies of this, and yeah, if I can showcase how to draft a red-black deck. I don't even want to play this in red-black, to be honest. I'll take Invigorating Hot Spring in case I need to play against someone who tries to cheese me out. Take a Return to Action. Like I'm not even a big fan of Scrapyard Shieldbreaker in red-black. Usually red-black is again very low to the curve, lots of 1-drops, 2-drops, 15 to 16 lands. But we'll see. Red-black does seem open, and then here I think we're going to take Virus Beetle. Long Reach of Night is okay, but it tends to be very clunky, whereas like Virus Beetle, I mean, this is excellent, but I think Virus Beetle has more applications. It's cheaper to cast. It's an artifact for red-black. It's a nice cheap creature to ninjutsu in blue-black. And then it also enables Kami of Terrible Secrets, which is an artifact. So, yeah, this is definitely the second best common in the set after Okiba Reckoner Raid. There's some other good commons. Spirited Companion and Searchlight Companion jumps out. But I think I'll take a Virus Beetle. Leech Gauntlet is okay. I'm never going to do the Kami War unless I'm green. And this would be maybe my second pick, but we'll take a Virus Beetle. Alright, could take another Virus Beetle, which I'll take over Voltage Surge and Seismic Wave. Since I think there's just a better card. And then, yeah, usually removal is not amazing in this format due to all the sagas and 2-for-1s going on. And by the way, we already have some red removal, and even Klein Torment has removal already, so just going to take our most important common here. Alright, there's an Okiba Reckoner Raid, which I will take over a high-speed cover bike and Kami, since again, it's just the best common in the set. Black is the best color, followed by green. And then, depending on red, blue, or whites, it's kind of like you're either blue-black, red-black, or green-whites. But black can just do anything. Not a big fan of black-white, though, but you know, it's still good with the rest of the other colors. Let's just take Reckoner Raid here. Ooh, late Blossom Prancer, what's going on? Is this a trap? I mean, I have to take it here because it's pick 4, so yeah, in best out of 3, it's funny seeing a card like this get passed. There's still outs to be black-green for the most part. I don't know if it's going to be possible because we picked up too many red cards in our first pack, and we saw a couple green cards, but they weren't amazing. But this could be a signal. I don't think I don't think I can justify taking Klein Torment over Blossom Prancer. I think it's just too much of a stretch. So we'll take a Blossom Prancer and see if we end up maybe black-green multicolor. Splash Behold, maybe. Not sure about Moon Circuit Hacker, but we'll see. This pack is just kind of medium. I do like Tawashi Song Shaper. Scrapyard Wielder is not very good. It's kind of very medium. I'm not a big fan of the green shrines. They're just too slow, and they get bounced or removed. It's kind of a whole huge waste of time. And yeah, as much as I like the dual land, I already have an Uncharted Haven, so I'm going to take Tawashi Song Shaper here. It's just the most important 2-drop in the red-black deck. So maybe this is just a weird draft pod, and people are just passing this up. Okay, we'll take Reinforced Ronin, another kind of nice aggressive 1-drop for red-black. Also, Suit Up is a card that has also jumped up in terms of power level for the blue aggressive decks, Ninja decks in this format, but we're still going to take Reinforced Ronin. So it seems like we're just going to be red-black. It's just, again, a weird pod. Containment Construct is interesting. I usually only like this in blue with multiple Moon Circuit Hackers, the Modern Ages, and then Network Terminal, but we're not going to be playing Network Terminal if we're going to be low to the curve here, and blue does seem kind of dry. So I'll take a Papercraft Decoy, and hopefully we can find some sack outlets to get rid of this and draw a card. Yeah, it is a weird pod since we're seeing all this late. And I don't really like Scrapyard. It's fine. Maybe we do end up just blue-black, I don't know, or green-black still. It's just a really weird pod. I guess we didn't see blue too often. I guess if we're going to be ending up in green, we might as well take maybe a bit of removal. Not sure. I'm not going to go Grix this. Let's just take the fight spell. And then Heiko Yamazaki's interesting. So if we're going to be low to the curve, we don't want too many fixed dual lands for the most part. I'm not opposed to Heiko. I think it's still kind of clunky in red-black, but, you know, it's at home in red-black, so let's take it. And it's pick 9, too. Might try it out, but I can also cut it. Alright, we'll take Voltage Surge over Aki Emberkeeper. So it seems like we're just going to be red-black for the most part, and hopefully next pack we can get an Omnicoat Anvil. Unstoppable Ogre, 1 copy is nice. Usually don't like more than 1 since there's a lot of 1 toughness hate in this format. And yeah, if you ever get your 3-drop or your creature's wrecked by Life with Tashiro Umezawa, it's like one of the worst feelings in the world. So yeah, let's just move the removal spells to the side, and then this is kind of our layout. We have 4 enchantments, so I mean I don't want more than 1 Kami of Terrible Secrets. Usually 1 could be okay, but yeah, we'll see if we end up playing these 4 drops. I think we kind of want to settle just in red-black at this point. Green-red also. I guess the Jund colors are the most open in our direction, but I don't like green-red. I don't think they synergize well together. Red cares about heavy artifacts, and then green cares about heavy enchantments. Red is aggressive, green is controlling, so yeah, it doesn't mix too well. They just don't have much synergy, like, at all. Like, they're both, like, opposite ends of the spectrum. But hey, if you're getting past multiple rares in red and green, you just draft a red-green good stuff deck and see how it goes, so we'll see. This pack, probably just take another Synthesizer. Back one, pick 1. I can justify seeing taking Gloomshrieker since I think Black-Green is one of the best decks in the format. Top tier 1 along with Blue-Black. But yeah, Red-Black is kind of like in 3rd place, I think. So we'll take an Experimental Synthesizer here. Hopefully we get really well rewarded, and as we get past Omnicoat Anvil, which we will take over Akiba Reckoning Raid and Kami's Flare. I'm not hoping to wield this. It's just too powerful and too important to have in the red-black. Like usually, red-black is aggressive enough in the early game. You can get their life totals low, but if you end up in a stalemate, you kind of need this Omnicoat Anvil to help grind, which is really powerful. And if you ever face against an opponent with double Omnicoat Anvil, it's like the worst feeling in the world, since they can just make 2 1/1 tokens each turn. So we'll take it here over Keeper Reckoner Raid, which would be my 2nd pick over the land as well. And here we'll take a Searchlight Companion. Yep, this card's excellent. Great in ninjas, an artifact creature. Also, yeah, makes a 1/1 chump blocker. It's also X1 hate. And this is, yeah, another worst feeling is running out Unstoppable Ogre on 3, having them play Searchlight Companion, and then you get like almost 2 for 1s. Well, we'll take a Searchlight here. And then Robbie take another Searchlight Companion. Seems some late green cards, but yeah. Let's just move on. Our deck is almost completed. Just like Tamio. Might not run this Brute Suits. Like, I only really like this when you have like a lot of Akiba Reckoner Raids. Like, I'll run this if I have 2 Akiba Reckoner Raids and like maybe a Blue-Black Ninjas deck or Black-Green, but I'm not really a big fan of that. Could take a Clawing Torment or just take another Searchlight Companion. Like, in terms of removal, we should be fine. Either way, like, we already have double Searchlight Companion already. I guess we can consider the Iron Apprentice. This is a card that's also quite nice in red-black. And since we have 2 of each already, let's diversify. Let's take an Iron Apprentice. It's as best in red-black. Yeah, we got it. Alright, we're doing it. This is sweet. And then, I'm not really a big fan of Bronze Plate Boar. I think it's just worse than Mukotai Ambusher, which I'm going to take here. And then, yeah, we probably just don't even need 4 drops at this point, too. Could just play like a really low curve and just try to get away with it. Explosive Entry have actually been okay. A Riser Renegade is fine. It's fine with Modular and Reconfigure, I mean, not Modular. We'll still take it, not sure if I'll play it. Maybe we just need to get a bunch of 2-drops going and it's fine. But I'm happy with all this other stuff. Double only called Anvil is going to be very annoying. And we just want to up our artifact count for the most part. So Uprising Renegade is fine, but it's not a priority. Maybe I just have to play out Heiko because it's just so annoying if it can just keep looping things back over and over. So maybe I do just run Heiko. Because imagine just this, if it goes uncontested, can just keep bringing back your artifacts. And it should be maybe our only 4-drop. Ooh, another Kami's Flare, awesome. So our kind of our removal settled. We can run 16 lands or even 15, I think. Usually I like to run 15. If like 1 4-drop and just a million 1, 2 drops and a couple of 3-drops, then we should be good. Nothing here. Gift the Wrath can be fine, but the worst feeling is when it gets locked down by the enchantments. But you know, it's still, there's not too many ways to really mess it up, honestly. It's just kind of a high variance card. Could play second Unstoppable Ogre. Our worst nightmare is going to be like a deck with Toshiro Umezawa's. Maybe I just play Chain Flail over Ogre. It's not amazing either, but we're trying to be aggressive anyways, and it's at least theoretically a 3-mana 4/2, assuming it attacks. So, yeah, we have like double Clawing Torment, Vulture Surgeon, triple Kami's Flare. We don't really necessarily need a million Unstoppable Ogres to get blockers out of the way. Plus, the nice thing about the Chainflow Centipede is that it's pretty good as Searchlight Companion. That being said, I think we could just run 15 lands or maybe 16 just to be safe. Maybe we just run 16, slightly favoring red, I guess. And then I guess our last cut could just be the Chainflow Centipede. So let's see here. These are like value cards. Nice turn 1 plays. Move some removal out of the way. Yeah, I could just get behind maybe 16 lands. Could be all right. I guess I can just ditch the Ogre. Like Ogre could be again okay, but it's kind of the 1 toughness kind of sucks, and we have some ways to get blockers out of the way already. So I'm down to just run these Centipedes. Are pretty good. Virus Beetle, pretty good. Searchlight Companion, pretty good with the tokens from Onicode Anvil. And then Heiko Yamazaki might be actually worse than Kami of Terrible Secrets. We have 4 enchantments, 15 artifacts. But it could be kind of cool to maybe just get back an artifact and recast it. Not sure. What else is there? Not much. Maybe I ditch Heiko and just throw in an Unstoppable Ogre. Just play a million like 1-drop, 2-drops, 3-drops. Maybe that's okay. Or I can just run a Brute Suit. The Brute Suit isn't the worst as well. It's just a really nice, solid body. And yeah, most of the time our creatures are going to be too small to attack anyway, so I could run this over Unstoppable Ogre. And then just run maybe 16 lands just to be safe. I've seen people done 15 lands before, but if I run 15 lands, I don't really have too much cheap stuff to play. Like, there's an Upriser Renegade, and that's about it. And it's not even that good. So, you know what? Let's try this out, see how it goes. And then our picture, only called Anvil. And then again, we're slightly finger red, not by much, but we'll still keep it like this. So let's go. Once we get a double only called Anvil, it's going to be almost game over. So let's see, opening hand. Ooh, there's our Anvil. I think we keep it. Maybe we can surprise him with the Ankill, turn 2 Anvil, turn 2 Papercraft Decoy into Brute Suit, could be fine. Eventually we can sacrifice the Decoy and draw a card once we have enough mana. But let's leave with turn 1 Iron Apprentice. Opponent has nothing. Alright, let's lead with, let's play a Papercraft Decoy. Since if he has an intervention, we can move the counter around. So off to a pretty aggressive start. So green-white enchantments. Usually the best home for white. Alright, let's move the combat and attack first before anything happens. Damage happens. Let's run the Brute Suit out. So just 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, and then next turn we can do some funny things with the Anvil. We can sacrifice the Iron Apprentice and put a counter on maybe the Brute Suit. We can Kami's Flare deal 2 to the face because this is modified. Probably see a Fade into Antiquity. Alright, that's fine. Chainflow Centipede. Could just run out Chainflow Centipede, honestly. And maybe surprise him with the Anvil later. So let's go. I think I'm fine being a little bit mana inefficient here just to get the body going. So against a green-white deck, the Unstoppable Ogre could be okay. Since it's since there's not a lot of one toughness. I guess if he has Spirited Companion, that would kind of suck. And either way, I had the Brute Suit was threatening enough that the opponent had to use a Fade into Antiquity for it. So I kind of have to assume maybe it's still fine. We can reconfigure onto like an Iron Apprentice. This can easily die next turn. And then we can even run out Virus Beetle, so this is pretty insane. So let's do this. Deal 2 to his face. Run out Virus Beetle. Make him discard. Attack, and then yeah, we'll run out land since he's not playing black. There's no Virus Beetle. And then next turn is probably he's dead since it takes turn 6 to maybe to get whatchamacallit. Yeah, wow, that was just wow. Opponent's going 3 colors. Okay, I can see the reason why he had nothing to play because he was stuck with a Twisted Embrace. So opponent playing a pretty greedy deck. Either way, do I run the Unstoppable Ogre? Could be, maybe I do run Ogre over Chain Flail, since it doesn't seem like he has a lot of 1 toughness hate going on. However, this is just a 4/2. Yeah, Ogre could be okay, actually. Over the Centipedes. Didn't see too much 1 toughness hates, and this can hit pretty hard. So maybe 1 Ogre, and then cuts 1 Searchlight Companion. Although Searchlight's pretty good with Chain Flail. Maybe I just cut 1 Chain Flail Centipede and we should be fine. Maybe 1 Searchlight. Yeah, 1 Searchlight could maybe go, and then we can run something like this and be okay with it. Let's try it. Typically speaking, I like to Searchlight in a deck full of facing against other aggressive decks with 1 toughness, and I like it when I have more ninjas. But when you don't have a ton of ninjas, or if your opponent's playing these green decks full of big creatures, it's not going to be at its best. So we'll see. Opponent probably chooses to be on the play. Alright, this opening hand, not amazing. We're on a draw. I could risk it here. Although turn 1 Kumano into no 2-drop is kind of awkward, and then if we play Experimental Synthesizer, we need to hit a land, so I think we can safely mull. This hand is also not amazing, but I guess we kind of have to be forced to keep. I could also go down to 5, but we're on a draw. So maybe we just go for it, and then I don't know what do we bottom here. I do like Clawing Torments. Maybe Ambusher is just a little bit too difficult to enable, and we don't really want to bounce anything back to our hand. So maybe the Ambusher can go. And then hopefully draw into some lands. As, yeah, no land, so we might as well run out the Ronin and get a little bit aggressive. So in best out 1, there's no hand smoother, so it's not going to be easy. So please give me a land at the top, otherwise it's going to be a bit embarrassing. Coilfang Stalker. No lands. Alright, I guess we're just gonna keep attacking and just lose the game. And he trades, so that's fine. Actually fine with the trade here. Decides not to even trade, okay. So now my Klein Torment doesn't get to mess this up. And I probably need to throw out a Kami's Flare if I get a land, assuming I get one. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate when you don't have hit your land drops. It's just kind of stupid sometimes, but this is again how this is supposed to simulate real life Magic. And being on the draw, if I was on the play, I would mulligan, but on the draw, I think I had to kind of take the chance and go for this. Opponent's just running out a bunch of 2-drops, so he doesn't. Alright, I guess I can safely concede here, since this is just way too far behind. It's pretty dumb. Right. So, Searchlight Companion, it's good against a ninja, but I can see myself playing double Ogre against this opponent now. And then, yeah, I think this is fine. Just run double Ogre, run it back. And hopefully we have actual lands in this game. And we'll be on the play this time. Since in Premier Draft you barely have to mull that many times, but yeah, this is trying to. They don't have a hand smoother here, so we'll just pretend it's real life Magic. And yeah, this hand's okay. I like it. Let's keep. Not going to run out the Synthesizer. Just Virus Speed on the Brute Suit, and then maybe Synthesizer. We'll see. Hopefully we don't draw a million lands in a 16 land deck. Probably see the Coilfang Stalker or Kitsune Ace. We see the Kitsune Ace, fair enough. Could shock it, but I think we just want to leave with Brute Suit since shocking and dealing 1 damage doesn't really amount to much. So let's just run out the Brute Suit, and then next turn we can shock it. Or play out the Synthesizer first and see what we get. I guess we can even deal 4 to something. You could also try to ninja in the Coilfang Stalker, which I don't care about, but I guess we can run out the Brute Suit and block. We saw Fade into Antiquity the first game. Does the opponent attack? If he attacks, it's going to be a little bit odd, so he doesn't. Just run out Jukai Trainee, which I think we should shock since it can block the Brute Suit next turn. So let's say go, but I think we run out Synthesizer first, just to get a little bit of value to see if we get a 2-drop or 1-drop Kami's Flare. Okay, so I guess we just kill both. Alright, let's just do that instead. I guess I don't need to Voltage Surge yet, I can just keep this up and then hit for 4. Since it could be possible that we need to deal something past 2 toughness. So we'll say go. Like a Preserver. Okay, we'll see. So where does he put the 1-1 counter? If he puts it on Kitsune Ace, I might as well just shock it anyways. Since, you know, getting rid of my Synthesizer is not too different. And we got Kami's Flare here. Right, that's pretty good. I don't think we're going to stack the Synthesizer since it's just too much mana to invest. So let's just do this. Unfortunately, no modified creatures, but we can at least hit for a decent amount. And then eventually maybe draw into some Klein Torments, which can lock down bigger threats. But yeah, we get to beat up the green deck for a bit here. With our insane starts. Alright, opponent might just be salty here. Nope, Cloud still Kieran. Alright, that's going to be... If we run our removal, that's going to be a little bit rough to deal with. I think first things first, let's sacrifice the experimental synthesizer. And then, ooh, Tawashi Song Shaper is pretty nice. So we can run out the Song Shaper and then we can keep pumping it up. But let's run out the Ronin. And then, I guess we might as well crew the 1/1 since it can't attack. And then we can smash for 6 damage, which is a ton. He can trade for the Brute Suit, which is fine, since this can be pretty annoying later. And then I can even channel this if I want to, or just keep playing it out to pump the Song Shaper. Yeah, opponent's deck just looks pretty medium. Just a bunch of stuff, essentially. This set doesn't really reward you for just drafting stuff. It's not a core set, so. Alright, so I might as well just run out Reinforced Ronin and attack with all. He can trade for the Song Shaper, but that's fine. I can get him down to 5. Or I can just send in these 3, but then he'll trade for the Reinforced Ronin. Let's just get in here and then attack for 5, and then we can bounce this back in our hand and then decide whether or not we want to recast it again or channel it for something else. We'll say go. Alright, so opponent does nothing, so we might as well just run out the Ronin. No modify for the Kami's Flare, but this is 5 damage. Could also see an instant here. He could have also have Kyodai, and then we can always respond before it blocks, and he does. Nice. So he resolves, and then... yeah, this is always the funny card that is at instant speed, but we get to blow him out here with a Kami's Flare, which is nice, so... sweet. We get to ruin the opponent's day. And yeah, red-black, run auto removal, be aggressive. And that was a pretty easy match. Let's hope the next opponents don't have insane godlike decks. Yeah, Kyodai, like doing nothing turn 4 Kyodai, you always have to be careful of. I guess there's also the Wanderer, that's something that one needs to be careful of as well. But luckily we had that Kami's Flare to answer it, either Kyodai or Wanderer. But Wanderer would at least gotten a bit of value, gained some life, killed our creatures. But yeah, Kyodai, Wanderer's Intervention, the Wandering Emperor are cards that one should be aware of when they have all their mana open. But either way, even if I didn't have the Kami's Flare, I think the right thing is to still attack, so we can put them at a pretty low life total. And maybe eventually just burn them out with like an anvil or something else. But yeah, it's that game we just had pretty much everything. Alright, so opening hands. Alright, so opponent I assume is going to be on a play like usual in best out of 3. Since if they don't know if they think we're an aggro deck still, okay, yeah, this is the problem. Nope. As much as I like it, alright, I guess we just gotta try it. And Searchlight Companion doesn't seem amazing, so I'll bottom it, and then we might just have to turn to a Experimental Synthesizer to hope to get a land drop. Because, yeah, we can't afford to go down to 5, I don't think. Infiltrator's okay. Alright, we got land anyways. I could just kill the Infiltrator or just run out Decoy. Decoy's probably fine. And we'll say go. Opponent playing a black-green with an Inkrise Infiltrator, so maybe some ninjas, not sure. So he's going multicolor. Opponent just passes the turn. Yeah, I think I'm fine just naming black here, attacking for 2, and if he blocks, we can draw a card and trade, and keep up Kami's Flare in case of any shenanigans. takes it. Alright, that's good. And we'll say go. Channel Sunblade Samurai to gain Bill life back, so Pun will have access to 4 mana to pump Ink Rides if he wants to next turn. So he's probably going to pass, and then I think I'm fine attacking, and then when he tries to pump, I'll use Kami's Flare. So we'll say go. And then, yeah, first things first, let's attack. And then hopefully he thinks I'm falling for the bait. Wandering Emperor, alright, that's the card I was afraid of. So is he going to exile?
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
So either way, if I try to respond, he's just going to kill it. So let's see what he does here. Make a 2/2 Soldier of Vigilance. I guess that's okay. The question is, do I want to trade here and draw a card? The problem is that I'm just going to give the Wanderer an extra chance. So I think I just need to let the trade happen and just try to finish off the Wanderer because it's just such a scary card. And at least I can deal some face damage here and trade.
Still have much to learn.
And then I will just run out Kumano. Next turn maybe Synthesizer into another creature. Maybe if I ran out Kumano first, I could have exiled the Wandering Emperor, but there's no ways to get Planeswalkers back in the set, so don't need to worry. Could see maybe a Fade into Antiquity. Opponent attacks, could see a Ninja. Springleaf Avenger would kind of suck. Now just gonna pump this guy, that's fine. Alright, let's hopefully get a creature off the top of this. Is this an enter? It's a cast trigger, alright. I guess I can go for the Synthesizer and risk it here. Since I do want to just get something, and that's nice, so we get a 2/2 Beetle here. And we could also make him discard and hit for 1. Yeah, if he's going to spend his whole turn pumping a Ink Rise Infiltrator, that's fair enough. That's just a lot of do-nothing. You could have a Brilliant Restoration I should maybe be a little bit careful of. Might just pump again. A Coilfang Stalker, that's fine. We can handle that. And I can even make a 2/2 at instant speed if I want. Might not be necessary, maybe it's better to just activate this honestly and see what we get first. So let's try this. So then this can block the 3/2, and hopefully it's either a land or a 2-drop we can play. Clawing Torment isn't bad. Yeah, I could just Clawing Torment this honestly, and then just attack with all. And then this is completely useless, and we can just block the Coilfang Stalker all day. And he'll lose life on his upkeep, so that's totally fine. Could see a Wanderer's Intervention here. And then opponent's gonna move down to 10. That's okay, sure. So opponent can now put counters onto his Ink Rise Infiltrator. But I think we should still win the race in the long run. I mean, we're still going to win the race, even if he grows this. Alright, so first things first. Activate Synthesizer. Get our free Muldrifter value. And Reinforced Ronin isn't a bad one. Alright, we'll just crash in. And then keep up a Kami's Flare, potentially. And I highly doubt we're going to end up dying here. Yeah, opponent has a weird, like, green-black, like, Ninjas, Abzan deck. The only card I'm afraid of is Wanderer, but even then, the rest of his commons are just kind of not anything I care about too much. And then, yeah, Clawing Torments, yeah, does a lot. So, in terms of X1 hates, I don't think he has too much X1s going on, so I think we can just kind of do the same thing like the last previous draft. Ditch the Searchlight Companions and then just run double Unstoppable Ogre. In terms of X1, he does have the Coilfang Stalker, but we do have like double Virus Beetle, Clawing Torment to mess with those anyways. So I think I like the double Unstoppable Ogre instead. And then yeah, we'll just run it back. And then yeah, we're slightly favoring red. Let's do this. Alright, Kumano. Although no 2-drop, I still think we can try this. If we get a 2-drop, that would be wonderful. And we're also on the draw. Opponent also mulligans. So I guess the cat here says hi to us. Ooh, we can Ronin. I could also just Ronin. However, if I try to Ronin, then I can't. It's kind of interesting here. So do I want to get out Kumano first, or just get out a Ronin? Yeah, this is rough. I guess we rather get out the Ronin, since I guess I can run this, and if I cast Ronin, I can hit for 3. Although it's going to be bounced back to my hand, so it's not necessarily that great. I think we can just run out the Ronin and get aggressive. And then I think we're going to have a good turn 3, since we can like ambush her or something. I don't know. If we get double red, that would be amazing, since I can Kumano into Ronin. Alright, just a random creature here. So I guess I'm fine just sending in Ronin, playing Kumano faces Kakuzan. Or I can just Kami's Flare this, to be honest. Which is probably not a bad idea either. Yeah, we'll say go, and then Kami's Flare when he tries to deal damage to us. Although I don't mind Kami's flaring the 2-2, but the fact that he can just put a counter is kind of annoying, so I think we just go for it here. And hopefully he doesn't have anything. And then now what I can do is I can run this out. Move the combat attack. And I could Anvil. I guess he has an intervention, sure. I guess we'll just run out the Anvil now just to be mana efficient. I guess I should have played that in pre-combat to play around the intervention, but I didn't see it the first game. Alright, Lucky Offering. Unfortunately, I guess we can sack itself to at least prevent him from gaining life. But that's a pretty nice answer. Kunai. So opponent has a lot of ways to mess with us. But he's also almost out of resources, so... Alright, we can also make him discard his final card, which is awesome here, so let's do that. And it's a land, so let's just run out Kumano. And then... say go. Opponent also doesn't have double white for the Wanderer, now he does. He can also just stay back. I'm actually happy that he's dealing 2 here. So I guess this is cast trigger, right? I guess what I can do is I can attack for 1, ninja out the ambusher, and then play a virus spiel as a 2-2, which can attack past the captain, even though I don't have anything to discard. I think that's fine. And then there's no looting or anything, so I'm fine playing out land, and we can say go. I can also make this unable to block if I want to. Paper grab decoy. He does have mana to cast it, unfortunately. So now what? Probably have to use it on this anyways, or maybe just a 2-2. Maybe the 2-2 is fine. It's almost like killing the decoy anyways. And this way we can prevent it from blocking. And then we might as well attack with all. And he has a pretty nice block this turn. He can draw a card and then kill my guy. End of turn. He should have also activated that, but now he can just pay 2 to draw a card, so getting some good value. At least he's taking damage, and unless he has a ninja, he's almost dead, so just gotta get my synthesizers going, or my second anvil. Alright, let's move to combat, attack again. Probably see the road captain kill one of my creatures. Hopefully no wanderer. No wanderer, otherwise he would have used it. And we can jam in for 2, play a land, say go. Yeah, he's just going to keep taking damage over time now, and we can just sit back. Kami's okay. So do I even need to attack? I don't think so, although it can get out of hand. So I think it's fine attacking. Like, I don't want this to grow into a 3-3, and then we'll just keep running out lands for our synthesizers. Is there a chance we want to play 1, get a card off the top, play that, and then exile this? So we'll see. Is there a way for him to get rid of the enchantment? Please no. He might have to kill his own guy. Well, Fades our token, our Clawing Torment. So, alright, Anvil's fine. We just need some artifacts. Hopefully we don't flat out too badly. And we can just keep draining, making 1/1s. Getting a Synthesizer off the top would be pretty amazing here, not gonna lie. As we just draw another land, so yeah, just gotta hope and pray. We have, we're running 16 lands, so we're almost halfway. But yeah, we're so close. Raiko Sentinel, alright, probably mill me. I don't understand why people play this card. Guess he could have a way to season everything back, so he might just mill himself. So he could have a Season of Renewal to get his stuff back, but overall he's Defender, so he can't even attack. And more lands, so yeah, just keep playing it out. So even in a 16 lander, you can flood. So it's been like 3 turns already. And we're just playing lands into lands, so we need something good. Synthesizer, please. Game. And another freaking land. Alright, this is the worst flood I've ever experienced. So there's the argument of going 15 lands. Opponent also just, I guess we can observe the opponent's library for what it's worth. And realize the opponent doesn't have any, that much 1 toughness, so I'm happy not playing the Searchlight. Wow, are you fucking kidding me? Okay. This is it. I mean, I only have 4 more lands left in the library. So I need to get something good here. Unstoppable Ogre isn't bad. Alright, I'll play it out. And I might even sacrifice it just to start draining since it can't attack past much anyways. So you know what? I'm just going to keep sacrificing and burning him out. Just to gain that life and then just to make the 1/1 and say go. This way makes it harder for him to race us, and then we can just keep making 1/1 tokens. So it's going to take a long grind. It's a slow, painful process, but... Right, Sunblade Samurai, that's a problem. I don't like the face against that. I guess Kami's Flare could do something here. There's no modified, so I might just have to take the hit here. And then maybe I guess we can Kami's Flare 2/2, or hopefully we find some reconfigure to burn him out. Maybe I do just chump here and just say go. Yeah, we might have to chump this. Okay, even has a Master's Review. I guess I can punish it with Kami's Flare now. And then I guess we chump. Since this is just a ton of damage, and hopefully top deck an artifact which can help me stabilize against this as well, so we'll see. Go Shintai, alright, so adding more damage. Alright, and Beetle's not bad. Play out the Beetle, make him discard, and then it's also just the same thing here, but we're still gonna burn him here. And then probably still need to chump here. Hopefully he's out of resources. Well, that's just game over. Yep. Just drew way too many lands. And we only had 4 lands left in the library, so... Unfortunate there, but we still have another match to go. Opponent's deck doesn't look too scary, just... yeah, just flooded out too badly there, and we didn't draw any synthesizers. I still think this is a 16 lander, just to be safe. And then, yeah, we were also just kind of close anyways. So sometimes you just gotta hope and pray you just don't draw your lands and your deck is fine. So let's run it again. Just got a tad bit unfortunate, but that's not gonna set us back. I mean, opponent was still at like, what, 4 life? Or 3 life, so... It just, sometimes it's just variance and you need your draws to just line up, and that's kind of the key to this. I'll be on the play, obviously. And this hand is not amazing, but we can keep because we're on the play. Sure. Hopefully don't draw too many lands. But we kind of have to just run with this, I think. Maybe end of turn Kami's Flare something, run out Chain Flail, maybe hit for 4. Go Shin time. Yeah, I can get behind just killing, it's kind of annoying. Virus Beetle, but we'll run out the Centipede. Make something unable to block, hit for 4. And then maybe we can Virus Beetle and reconfigure the turn afterwards. Could also see a Wanderer's Intervention here, which could kind of suck. But I think we still attack into it. And I think we actually run out the Virus Beetle here and then reconfigure. Although it's only going to hit for 3. So we'll probably just say go, and then if he plays a creature, we just make it unable to block and attack for 5. Like a Geothermal Kami. Yeah, more lands, so this is probably maybe just an unfortunate match. But we just gotta keep doing this, I think. 5 damage is a lot. And then I think we reconfigure onto the Virus Beetle before he finds a way to remove it, and we can at least attack past the 4-3 with it, so I think we do this, and then hope we get our synthesizers. Commune, he's bound to find something in his deck. This is like a green deck, so there's always something to grab here. Twisted Embrace, well, if he plays black and do Twisted Embrace, that would kind of suck. And he does, so rip. I hope he definitely won't attack here. So probably just need to unreconfigure and trade. We can still Virus Beetle. Play out land, unreconfigure. And then we might as well trade here, because we need to get rid of this blocker. Although our beetles are just going to be weak, we need to find the anvil. So let's hope and pray the opponent doesn't drop anything large here. Just passes the turn, so that's good. We'll run out the Ronin and just keep beating down, and yeah. Just hope and pray they don't top deck anything, and mostly go. Keep the land in hand to represent a spell, even though there's not much. So yeah, if he's passing the turn doing nothing, we're good. Okiba Recnorate is fine. It's going to slow us down a bit, but not by much. Yeah, opponent's just flooding here. And Synthesizer is a nice hit, so let's finally run it out. Voltage Surge, that's kind of awkward. Alright, we're still going to run out the Reinforced Ronin here and attack. And we might as well run out land, just in case. But yeah, this Voltage Surge can't go face, nope. I could also end of turn get the Synthesizer, although I guess it's Sorcery Speed, never mind. Ooh, Kumano. Alright, we'll run out Kumano. I guess that's lethal. And then if it's not lethal, then I'll sack the Synthesizer anyways, but we got him, sweet. Alright, just gotta obviously get lucky, like always, but that's a nice 2-0. So yeah, I think I can safely get rid of like one Searchlight Companion, and again throw in one Unstoppable Ogre, just in case we come across these matchups against green opponents, and we're not facing against too many X1s. But yeah, one more game, and then we can maybe get 3-0, we'll see. So yeah, the games in best out of 3 are also quite quick. Usually when I'm doing the whole best out of 7 thing, it takes me at least 2 hours to get a game through, but it's only down to 1. It could just be because of the speed of my deck, but yeah, the best out of 3 games have actually been a lot quicker. So actually I enjoy this format a lot more, and it makes more sense. So let's go. Alright, let's go opening hand. Kumano faces Kagazana 1 into a 2-drop is always great. as we get a fine opening hand. Not exciting, but keepable. Yeah, this isn't great, but gotta keep it, I think. We don't have much to do early on, which kind of sucks. Especially against maybe a control deck. Alright, we have a turn 3, maybe Brute Suits. Maybe we can sack the Mokotai Ambusher on form, make a token, and crew the Brute Suit and attack. So Esper. Silver for Master is an interesting card. So he's also just kind of ninjaing. That's fine. Let's just run out the Brute Suit and then just take it from there. I could sacrifice and make a 1/1, but I'm better off sacrificing again the Ambusher and attack for a 4. He could do the Moon Circuit Hacker with this attack. Draw a card, replay Silver Fur Master the next following turn. Yep, probably see a Moon Circuit Hacker, wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, the Kuchi Shadow Walker. Alright, I guess it's a race, but I'm just going to take 5. Alright, we're just going to try to race here and see if we can end up getting lucky. Might actually keep this as maybe a lifelinker instead. I guess I could just run this out and just crew an attack. I don't have to sacrifice anything. Yeah, that's fair enough. And the next turn we can maybe keep up the Kami Flare. But yeah, let's just go. And this way he might stay back with the 5/5 because we have a lifelinker. And there's no need to stack anything since everything is pretty decent quality. Need to find Virus Beetles to stack and not 3/2 lifelinkers. I guess I can even run out to Centipede, reconfigure an attack for 5. Could see a removal spell, which would kind of suck. So now that I know about Shadow Walker, I might want to Kami's Flare his enablers ASAP. He could also be holding on. I guess he's another enabler, that's why he's freezing here. So we'll see. Moonfolk Puzzle Maker, that's fine. So we'll say go, and then I guess I'm fine running out to Centipede, crewing, and then attacking. I think I like that, as opposed to getting in with the Brute Suit. Since this is the 5 life that we gained from losing. And he definitely doesn't have any good blocks here, so we'll let this happen. And I guess the thing about ninjas too is that if an artifact leaves the battlefield, this also triggers. So we don't necessarily need to sack or have it die, it just needs to leave the battlefield, including one that we can recast later, so we'll see. Hopefully opponent doesn't have interaction for the 3/2. I think I want to kill this, of course, and we also have reconfigure, so... Alright, opponent attacks with all, so... I suspect a combat trick here or something, maybe a suit up, but we can maybe punish. So it's probably a suit up here with the Silver for Master, so he's probably playing the block and then you suit up. But then I don't gain the life, which is kind of annoying, so I might want to unreconfigure and attack instead. And crew an attack. Ooh, it's something else as a ninja, maybe a Moon Snare Specialist. No, his own Ambusher, makes sense. Fair enough. So that's gonna make things a little bit rough. I'm gonna take 10, but I can gain 5. A Clawing Torment. It's not necessarily what I need. But I think I can attack for 5 in game 5 here. And maybe the plan is, I guess, to get rid of the 4/3 instead. I guess he has something. No, we'll see what it is. Just chumps, okay. I guess it's a trade. I get to make a 1/1 to chump to 5/5, and then... Yeah, we might as well Kami's Flare to 3/2, I think. And I think we might as well Clawing Torment to 5/5 to help us race and nerf his creature. And then I guess I can now still sack the 1/1 and make another 1/1 to drain. That's fair enough. Oops. I guess that was a bad play. Since now I lose a chump blocker and I'm there to take 4. Yeah, I forgot that we made a token already. I made that huge misplay. Alright. Happens. Just give me a good creature. Let me crew attack for 8, and then I could also just block here. Yeah, I could also just trade and block, honestly. It's not smart since I already just Clawing Tormented it, but yeah, there's a chance he has another ninja, and that can mess me up, so I think we actually go crew and attempt to block. And if he has a removal spell, we'll let it happen. Maybe a completion. Yeah, maybe it's a completion here. No high-speed hover bike, so hopefully no ninja. Okay, no ninja, so that's fine, actually. Opponent can crew and block. And yeah, I don't think we can win this with just a land, so I'm just going to concede here. So yeah, this is definitely the matchup where I don't think I want Unstoppable Ogre. Although, didn't see a ton of 1 toughness. Searchlight Companion doesn't seem bad, although it's also just kind of underwhelming. Maybe I just run the Unstoppable Ogres, since he doesn't have a ton of 1 toughness, and we can just be kind of like this hyper-aggressive beatdown deck. Yeah, let's run this instead. I wasn't satisfied with that game, so I just decided to concede. I think maybe it was just a bad keep. But I was hoping some maybe 2 drops off the top, because having Anvil is nice in the opening hand. So yeah, when you see the Silver Fur Master just kill on the spot before he gets out like a 5/5 out of nowhere. So yeah, I should have maybe just killed it, but I got a little bit too greedy and thought I could curve out. But I wouldn't have expected it anyways, honestly. I thought he would just have a Moon Circuit Hacker just to draw a card, and I was fine with that. But yeah, Shao Walker's a no-no, so removal would be pretty paramount to my opening hand if I can get like a mix of removal and good creatures, so we'll play first. As we get a pretty decent hand, actually. I think I'll try it. Hopefully get a 3rd land for a Song Shaper into attack for 3. And being on the play makes a huge difference, so... Pull mulligans. So no hand smoother. There's a chance his hand could be complete trash, but yeah, we'll just run this Reckoner Raid out. His own Reckoner Raid, alright. Fair enough. 3rd land is nice. We can eventually buy back the Reckoner Raid with Ambusher. So he's wondering what he's splashing for too. And I probably want to Ambusher, gain back Reckoner Raid eventually, but let's just run out our 3-drop and smash. I could even Clawing Torment on this, but he does have ninjas, so I do need to be a little bit careful. Just trading for a 3-drop isn't what I really want, but I think we still just try to go in all in with this, I think. And then, yeah, we'll see if he blocks the Centipede. Probably blocks the Centipede here, I have to imagine. Yeah, I could use a Clawing Torment, but then, again, he makes it, he can just ninja. So before damage, we just want to ninja back the Reckoner Raid, and we also just grow the Song Shaper here, so this is fine. So just a nice early aggressive start. Now we can maybe Clawing Torment, attack for 5. So it just comes down to who's more aggressive and who's on the play when it comes to these strange decks. And yeah, I can even Clawing Torment on this Searchlight at least to maybe force a chump, so we'll do that. And then I could reinforce Ronin to get greedy here, but I think I'm better off just running Papercraft Decoy. and attacking. Opponent could have his own ambusher next turn, so do I block? I guess he can just hard cast the ambusher. So maybe I'm better off just not even blocking this, even if I'm fearing a ninja. Opponent's also running his own Searchlight Companion, so I guess that's a reason why not to play the Ogre. So now what's here? Could run out the Centipede, could run out Ronin and pump the Tawashi Song Shaper. Attack with all, block, chump. Very interesting here. I guess I'm just down to just run everything out and attack, honestly. Even though opponent can make some decent blocks, I think we go for it. He can block here, chump here, take 5. And we got him, sweet, so. So now knowing he has one Searchlight Companion, I might want to play just another one instead of the Ogre. Since again, all the X1 hate can be a problem. So I think we can maybe run a Searchlight instead. And then, what else is there? I don't know if I need a second one. Probably not, since the 1-4 is still a problem if he plays a 1-4 blocker. So I'm liking the Chainflow Centipede because it just allows us to attack and plays pretty well with the Searchlight Companions. Yeah, one Unstoppable Ogre is fine. Like, we saw one Searchlight Companion. Or maybe we just don't want this at all. Yeah, maybe we're better off this Searchlight since he makes 2 bodies, which can maybe block better. We'll just try it like this. Alright, this is the final match. Let's give this a shot. And if we don't get 3-0, then yeah, we don't make back most of our gems, and I'm probably have to going to fire off a quick draft or something. Right, or I guess we will make back most of our gems, and I'll be able to do another draft because it's 1,500. Yeah, I should be able to. This hand kind of sucks, but we're on the play, on the draw. It would be amazing if we get a single land, but opponent also mulligans, so I think it's safe for us to mulligan as well. And then now we can keep this, and then bottom. I don't have any double black in the deck, so I could bottom a swamp instead, although I have more red than black sources. And yeah, I don't have a double red or double black. Let's just run it like this. We should be fine. And he plays his own Reckoner Ray, just like I did. So let's see if these Searchlight Companions come in handy this matchup. Because we do need to make sure that they do some stuff, otherwise we would be in trouble. Passes turn with 1 Lantern, fair enough. I can imagine mowing down to 5 would be terrible, but hopefully we can get a free win out of this. Opponent still gets a 2-2, probably trade for the Song Shaper, but that's okay. Kumama faces Kakasan, also isn't bad. But probably just fine running out Searchlight and attacking for 3, and he's probably going to trade here. I don't have any removal, so yeah, it's fine. Get rid of this so then my other creatures can then attack, and this way he doesn't get to ninja. Right, Virus Beetle isn't bad. Could just ditch the Kamano, although it does make a body in a couple of turns. So one of these have to go. I think we're holding on to Synthesizer. Maybe Kamano can go. We can just make a bunch of like X1 flyers, I guess, next turn just to be mana efficient. Although this isn't bad either. Maybe I can ditch the Searchlight instead, deal 1 damage to the face, and eventually get 2-2. Or do I just want to ping him to death with flyers? Maybe we just want to ping him to death with flyers. Let's ditch this and then, yeah, let's run out our Searchlight in this attack. Yeah, we can attack with wall now since we get to make some more 1-wins, so we just get to fly over and make a bunch of weenies to poke at them, so. No ninjas, but still, I think having the 1-1 flyers is pretty key. Hopefully no 1-4. Alright, just another Virus Beetle. Gotta ditch the Papergraph Decoy, unfortunately. And then we can just attack with, I guess, we'll run the Synthesizer out first. Hopefully no lands. Voltage Surge isn't bad. Okay, I guess we Voltage Surge one of them. And then attack with Fall, keep a 1-1 back. Yeah, I don't really want to give him a Ninja Enabler, so Otherwise, he can cheat out the life linker, and we just want to jam here. That's good. Alright, Kami's Flare is good. Let's attack first. I mean, there's a chance we can get a Reinforced Ronin, but yeah, now we can activate, and I'll keep up red. Just in case we get a land, we need to keep up Kami's Flare. And yeah, unfortunately losing our Anvil kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And hopefully he doesn't find a way to stabilize, because we just lost some value with this synthesizer. Gets to bounce my token, sure. That's going to slow me down a bit. I think we can safely maybe Kami's Flare this, or just... Yeah, let's Kami's Flare this. Just not waste time. And we might as well play out land here, just in case he has another Virus Beetle. Yeah, we just need to cheese him out, essentially. Yep, good games. Alright, sweet. We managed to get 3-0, so now we get to reap a bunch of gems. And yeah, the draft took less than 2 hours, less than 1 hour and a half. So I'm kind of liking just doing traditional draft Neon Dynasties from onward now, until a new draft format comes out for Premier Draft. And I think Dominaria will be coming out soon as well, which will be fun. And then I think Kaldheim Quick Draft will be available in a couple of days as well, so we can revisit those sets, and would be really fun. So not bad, nice 3-0 Rakdos deck. And yeah, it's just there's definitely better Rakdos decks I've seen, but this one basically kind of fulfills the core requirements of the red-black deck. Obviously, it's important to have sack outlets, even if we don't have Oni-Cold Anvil, which is the best sack outlet for the red-black deck. You need to make sure you pick up Sokins and Smelters. Make sure you pick up Dockside Chefs when you're already kind of situated in red. And yeah, it's really low to the curve, lots of 1-drops, and it's looking to beat down most of the time. And then yeah, I think one can even make the case of going 15 lands, but I think given that there's Experimental Synthesizer and at least 2 copies, we want to be at least 16. And if you only have 1 synthesizer, I can see going 15 lands. But yeah, as you can see, in that previous game, the synthesizer kind of punished us, but we still managed to at least clear a path and win. So it's kind of like the opposite spectrum of the green control decks, obviously, where you're trying to just draft all the powerful sagas, splash them, and play lots of big stuff, draw a bunch of cards, gain a ton of life, and just outvalue the opponent. But it's still very effective, and that's why black is so powerful in the set. It can play controlling with the green, it can play the aggressive role. It doesn't really have an identity, but the best commons are like Okiba, Rekna Raid, and the Virus Beetle. And also red, you don't have to really pair with black. I think you can also just go mono red, which I've actually seen before when red is like heavily open and black gets cut off, because red just doesn't pair well with any of the rest of the other colors. Like the next color that's in line is like blue, and funny enough, blue is actually considered the second color with the most artifacts. However, the best blue commons aren't artifacts. Like this one's enchantment creatures, which doesn't make any sense. Like there's Network Disruptor as kind of the only artifact 1-drop, but even then, it's just fine and not what red-black is trying to do. Blue is also just kind of like red, very narrow, wants to be almost heavy blue and with a bit of a black, or only paired with black. So it's kind of an interesting format to keep that in mind. It's not by any means the most flexible format, but it's fairly balanced in terms of power level, because you can still like have a powerful deck in supposedly the worst, least flexible colors. And I think white to me is the worst color, but still, like if you end up white-green, it's still very strong. So let's claim our prize. I'm going to stop rambling a bit, and let's move on to the next traditional draft. Although it's going to take a while, so I'm probably just going to keep rambling anyways, because that's my job with these videos. So let's do another traditional draft here. And yeah, the matchups definitely seem a lot easier and faster, and we can get well rewarded. Even if we only get up to 4 wins, it's still 1,000 gems. Like, sure, it's not 4 wins from Premier Draft, which gets you 1,400, but I think somehow I think Premier Draft is more of a trap because you're facing against a different variety of opponents, and I guess they also measure your loss rate. So when you start to draft, you're at 0 wins. I mean 0 losses. So then they pair you up with someone with 0 losses, even if they have a couple of wins already, and that kind of messes things up. So yeah, green in a sense also isn't as flexible, but still has a little bit more flexibility than the Jeskai colors. Like you can still like end up green white with a splash, green black with a splash. Um, and not really a big fan of the green blue because unless you have modern ages and turtles, because the ninjas just aren't very good in the green decks. Not saying you can't play them, but they're just very medium, and there's not many sagas that you want to bounce back in the green deck. Um, and then like something like Moon Circuit Hacker is a pretty small creature that you don't want in the green deck. Usually green decks, you want kind of the chonky creatures that can block very well, and you're not very aggressive. Um, so yeah, blue green also I think is just kind of like a random tier 2 deck like blue whites, um, and to a lesser extent black whites, which is just a bunch of good stuff cards. I was wondering what the opponents in my previous match was splashing for, since he played all those tap lands with white. Didn't see a single white spell, so interesting. It could be a Tameshi. I don't know. I think, yeah, and again, I think if we're going to be blue or red, like, there's no reason to splash, kind of, because you're just kind of this hyper aggro deck that's looking to play, like, lots of one-drops and Clawing Torments and just cheese them out with cheap ninjas and cheap artifacts. So yeah, blue like red is also just a little bit more narrow. Although I prefer to be in blue more, since the win rate for blue black is higher than red black. It's not by much though, so they're kind of both kind of close. Same with green black. So yeah, black is the best color, followed by green, and then blue, red, white. All right, let's see another traditional draft, Neon Dynasty, best out of 3. What do we have the fine pleasure of opening? All right, a bomb. Yeah, Wandering Emperor, definitely a top 5 card in the sets. There's a lot of top 5. In fact, it could even be like, the set probably has enough powerful mythics that it's probably still like top 10, but it's definitely the slam dunk here. If this wasn't in the pack, I would take Okiba Reckoner Raid here over everything else, including Twisted Embrace, Moonsnare Specialist, Gloomshrieker, and then to a lesser extent Searchlight Companion. I think I would go 1, 2, and then 3, and then maybe I would take Gloomshrieker over Moonsnare Specialist, because again, if you're in blue, you're kind of not flexible anyways, and I think green black is probably just a much more safer color than being in blue. Guybot's also fine, but I'll take a Wandering Emperor. The card's a bomb, and hopefully we end up drafting green whites. And if it's not green whites, we can just maybe try to make this happen, or even hard splash it in maybe a green other deck. This pack is less exciting. Like Leech Gauntlet is a pretty medium card. In fact, I don't like any of these cards. Like Clawing Torments might actually be the best card in this pack. Actually, if we end up in like aggressive black deck. We could also just take the Greater Tanuki. Maybe I just end up in I don't know, a green deck that's looking to splash Wandering Emperor, but even then there's like better fixing. So I don't know here. It's kind of whatever. I can just kind of just speculate on anything. There's no standout commons. Or I can just kind of treat this like a Virus Beetle, even though it's not a Virus Beetle, and just have a 2/2 lifelinker. And just stick with black. Yeah, I think it could just be early enough that we don't want Clawing Torment here, and hopefully, and usually this is a card you want to get back later, so I'll take a Leech Gauntlet in case we need to end up somewhere else. But I don't really like any of the green or white cards here in this pack. So we'll see if we need to pivot. Alright, we'll take a Spirited Companion, the best white common. If we are just stuck with our black aggressive plan, there's a high-speed hover bike, which is fine. I guess I would still take Clawing Torment over high-speed hover bike. But given that we have the Wandering Emperor, we want to make it our best to play it, since it's just such a powerful bomb. So I would actually argue even taking Sunblade Samurai over these two. But I'll take a Spirited Companion, luckily we found one. So Fall Lorcan is also just very medium. I think I've actually been quite happy with at least a copy of Golden Tail Disciple in the white space decks, since it just fills the role of what a white deck needs: a nice defensive creature, lifelink to help offset against the aggressive decks. And then if you ever had a Michiko's Reign of Truth or a bunch of 1/1 counters onto this, it can just sometimes just steal games, funny enough. Yeah, Fall I haven't been very impressed by. It's good against other green decks, so it's a sideboard option, but if you face against black aggressive decks like black-red and black-blue, there's not too many targets, and then just ends up as a dead card. Intervention is also fine, but I still think I'd take Golden Tail, so I'll take it here. Also keep in mind, red-white could be open, but red-white is not a place I want to be. And then we'll probably just take Tales of Master Shishiro here pretty late. Pick 5. That's a good green common to pair of our whites over a Klein Torment, which, you know, if I was still in the black aggressive game plan, I would take here. But I think we'll take Tails. Not a big fan of 7-Tail. It's just worse than Jukai Preserver. So we'll take it. And then here, okay, we're seeing Suit Up and some fine white cards. Jukai Trainee is also just kind of okay. Could just take a Trainee. Since I didn't see too many ninjas, usually I want to take Suit Up when I already have a bunch of ninjas, but when I don't have ninjas, I don't really want it. Training could be fine. It's an okay 2-drop, a good blocker in the aggressive, in the controlling white-green decks. Not a card I'm excited about, but I think it's just too early to take a sideboard card like Lucky Offering, so take a Jukai Trainee. And pretty late Kami's Flare. There's also a Kami of Terrible Secrets here in this pack as well. There's also Terrarium. I think we're off the red plan here. So I think the card we take is here just Kami of Terrible Secrets. Like, this is a card I just don't mind splashing even. Or maybe it's just too much of a stretch, I don't know. We could just take Terrarium. Network Terminal is also okay. Maybe we can pick up Fixing later. I'll take a Kami. I don't know. It's just the best common outside the removal spell. And then Historian's Wisdom is playable but unexciting. Might consider it. It's actually not like a... Alright, we can take a Searchlight Companion. It's not its best in the white-green deck, but if you like splash a Kami or something, it could be fine. Since, you get value off of owning an artifact, so we'll throw this in there. We could also just somehow end up in the black-white deck, which, again, not a big fan of, but it's still, not impossible to imagine. Blade Blesser also kind of have this whole white-black theme of owning an artifact or enchantment, so I think I'll take it over second Jukai Trainee. Also seeing late Song Shaper, so maybe red-black is open again, but again, am I really going to abandon the Wanderer? I think that's too much of a stretch. We'll just take this other route instead. The green multicolor deck maybe, or just white-black multicolor. So we'll see. There's a Nezumi Prowler, Fade into Antiquity, Tales of Master Shishiro. There's also Network Disruptor here. Probably just take Nezumi Prowler. It's just a good card. And yeah, I can see myself moving to black-green maybe, or just black-white. It's like the best card in this pack. And hopefully we wheel a Fade if we end up green, but we'll take a Prowler. And I think I would pack one, pick one, a Prowler. It's also pretty cool, the Spirited Companion. And maybe we do some ninja shenanigans in a white-black deck, so we'll still see. Green seems kind of contested though, but maybe we can end up white-black instead and try to make this happen, even though I've stated multiple times I'm just not a big fan of this whole white-black deck strategy. Because usually, green is just a better color, controlling color. But yeah, we can have this weird mix. Alright, there's a Kumano faces Kakazan. Invoke Despair is not going to be easy to cast. I mean, I could just maybe take some green commons instead. Maybe just take a Fang of Shigeki. I mean, that's not too bad. Just have it an early Fang of Shigeki, and then try to find our colors. I mean, yeah, maybe the trap is that we're too married into the Wandering Emperor, and we should just move into red-black. But I don't know. I just don't like Invoke Despair. Let's just take a Fang and hope we're not missing out. And now what? I guess the Blossoming Sands isn't bad. There's also the Prodigy's Prototype, another fall, which is very medium. This can also fix, but I'd rather have the land, I think. So yeah, I guess we can maybe end up base green then. Green black with maybe or green white with a splash. Not sure here. But I think this makes the most sense with what we have. But we're also seeing a late synthesizer, but I think that ship has sailed. Alright, we'll take Virus Beetle pretty late. Pick 4 kind of insane. Also late Moon Circuit Hacker. Alright, maybe we're base black. I'm fine with that. Base black green. Ooh, Twin Shot Sniper. Yeah, I think we still have to take Kami of Terrible Secrets with what we're doing. Twin Shot Sniper is awesome, but I think, again, the ship has sailed, and I'm not going to abandon my colors just to move into red at this point. But if I see it even later, then we might just do that. But Terrible Secrets is still fine. And we still have a fine couple of artifacts to go along with it. Alright, maybe Blizzard Blade Kitsune. I guess there's Arrow Enlightenment, which is probably just better than Blizzard Blade Blizzard Kitsune. I'm not really looking to Splash Bloom, so maybe Black-White is the strategy here. And then if we're going to end up base Black-White, could just take a Golden Tail Disciple again, which could be fine, but I think maybe our Emergence is better. I don't really want multiple copies of this. Yeah, maybe we're just black-green, just try to force it. I don't know. Go figure. Yeah, we could just try to force black-green here. Best card's like this card, but I don't even care. Yeah, maybe just green is contested, I don't know. But we just passed too many red cards at this point, it's just kind of absurd imagining it because Wandering Emperor is just too good. This could be one of those decks for when we were young. I don't actually think this combat trick is that bad. Otherwise, there's like a Brute Suit, which is medium. I'll take When We Were Young. This could be a deck for it. I can see it happening, maybe. Because Black-White, again, has this whole theme of enchantments and artifacts. Moth-Rider Patrol's in the worst, but that's a late freaking Kami's Flare. But again, it's just too late. I mean, we don't have any ninjas. I think we actually just take Brute Suit, funny enough. I don't know. Let's take a Kami's Flare. Brute Suit is just too embarrassing to take at this point. And then now we just get nothing. Yeah, this is a tough draft, not gonna lie. Like, someone's really fighting for our colors. But maybe we just have to stick to our guns still. And just make it happen. Give me an Imperial, please. Twisted Embrace is fine. And I think pack 1, pick 1, I would take Twisted over everything else, so let's move on. So it's like pack 3, we're pretending we're still pack 1 in pack 1, trying to lock ourselves into a monocolor position. Maybe we just have to make it happen. I don't know. Just cut the white. I mean, it's not a bad idea either. Or just cut the green. But that was a really late Kami's Flare. Not gonna lie. Like, we were past Spirited Companion, so I had to assume that's what we're supposed to take after the Wanderer, right? I mean, that makes sense. I'll take another Virus Beetle then. Voltage Surge. And then some fine green commons. Ooh, Long Reach of Knights. There's also Selfless Samurai, but I'm still going to stick with black here and just take the Long Reach. Card's fine, but we don't have a ton of Samurai synergy with it. Also Moonsnare Specialist, so maybe there's a world where we still end up maybe blue-black. Not sure. Alright, there's an Era. There's some red cards, which I think I could take. I guess I can even try Impure Recovery Unit, funny enough. The Recovery Unit can get back maybe like Virus Beetles, which can be kind of fun. And yeah, with the Wandering Emperor, we really want to be in whites, and there's barely any reason to be in green, so we'll take this over Era, which I think is still a medium card. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. You know, maybe just end up black whites. It's not like that bad, honestly. It's not good, but we can take a Befraying them off, I guess. Just get rid of the green cards. Inkrise Infiltrator can be a fine 2-drop to help us close out the game. And Wanderer's Intervention could be okay too. Although, I don't actually hate a second Blade Blesser. We don't have that much removal, but even then, this is not really that great of a removal spell. So, you know, we'll take another Blade Blesser. We just want to be proactive, I think, in this deck. And we're just going to play this black-white good stuff deck, I think. Which makes more sense. And now maybe we can do a Lethal Exploit. There's also Deguchi Shadowwalker, but I don't really care about that much. Grab a Lethal Exploit, or yeah, I think it's okay over Deguchi. Could use some cheap removal, which we don't have access to. And yeah, I guess we're still lacking playables. Okay. Okay, I'll take another Inkrise, sure. But we're really lacking playables in this deck. It's kind of crazy if you think about it, so might have to just main deck maybe a Return to Action too. Just try to make everything work, even a Kaito's Pursuit. And maybe like a random Reckoner's Bargain to maybe sack and draw some cards with. Or maybe we can try out When We Were Young. That can be kind of a cute thing, because if we're going to be kind of aggressive with this low curve start, then we probably want that. Yeah, I could see maybe we run When We Were Young. We have a decent amount of artifacts enchantment. I guess it's even split. So yeah, this could be kind of fun. Just do a boring black-white good stuff deck. And then, you know, even then the Imperial Recovery units can get the stuff back. So in hindsight, yeah, we should have been in red-black, but the Wanderer is just too much of a broken card. We gotta take her. And yeah, everything would just kind of cut off between like black, white, and red. So we'll run it, and then mana base 9/8 could be fine. I think we need to go 9/8 with the double white here, and then we have some early white creatures. I could also see the argument of going 10/7, but I think 9/8 should be fine. Let's give this a shot. And we also don't have a dual lands too, so I don't really want to go down a plains. After this, we can do maybe another best out of 3, or I can even do a Crimson Vow draft if I want to. But I don't really have high hopes on this draft, honestly. I think it's just the deck is just kind of medium, so hopefully we can at least get 2 wins out of this if we know how to play, and then take it from there. Maybe the opponent's deck is also just as bad as ours, I don't know. We'll be on the play. And then this hand is kind of whatever, but we have the Wanderer, so I guess we keep on the play. Hopefully we top deck a 2-drop into like Blade Blesser. No Reckoner Rain, alright. Discard land, they try to beetle us. And that's a beetle, so we'll discard land. And then probably just run out the Blade Blesser. Just because it can block the 1/1. And then not sure if I want to attack next turn because he could ninja this, which can be kind of annoying. Could also see a lethal exploit onto this. Dockside Chef, so maybe a sacrifice deck instead of a ninja deck. I guess we can follow it with a second Blade Blesser over running our Kami. I think I'm fine with that. Maybe should have also kept the land in hand in case of second Beetle, but we're just going to run out a second Blade Blesser and start smashing. If he plays a high toughness creature, we can even Imperial Recover units and take it from there. Opponent had a lethal exploit. Alright, we'll probably take 2. And Virus Beetle's nice, so I guess we can run out the recovery unit too. But I like how the Virus Beetle lines up against the 1/1, so I'll run this out instead. And then if these ever trade, then we can get it back eventually with the recovery units. Opponent's black-green, alright. But he could still have ninjas in green, like Coilfang Stalker and whatnot. Right, that's a Searchlight Companion, sure. Does the opponent attack? Because I feel like it's okay to block. Alright, Kaito's Pursuit. but maybe I should wait until he has a more empty hand. So we'll run out the recovery units, and then we'll say go. Since I don't have any good attacks here. Yeah, and if he only has 3 cards in his hand, we can really mess with him. Opponent draws a card. Well, that's why Pursuit isn't so good in this format. Because of all this card draw going on. Alright, nothing good. So now what? I guess I have to keep this back to block. And I don't want to run this out without enchantment, so I guess we can just pursue them, but then he has 4 cards left. So I'm kind of in the awkward spot. I think we can just pass the turn and do nothing. Funny enough. I guess opponent can then sack his spirit tokens to draw cards now, and then Pursuit wouldn't be as good. So yeah, hoping his hand gets stranded with nothing, and pursuing is not good in this matchup. Opponent's just missing his color. And then, yeah, I guess what I can do now is I can at least give this Death Touch an attack. I mean, it's not the worst. I guess it's fine. Since I don't really have any way to ninja. And we'll just run this out. And we have nothing to get back either, so we gotta be proactive at least. Attack for 3, and then we can even chump with the Virus Beetle next turn. I guess he can just block and sack for the hell of it, so might as well force the issue, but yeah, we're not in a good matchup here. And then he's just going to gain card advantage, and Mind Rot doesn't do anything, so can I just concede and do another draft? I'm not really liking this deck, honestly. I can see myself just conceding, honestly, and not doing another draft. Or just redo the draft. Yeah, I don't want to play. I'm done. Okay. Alright, let's just concede this draft. Like, I think we got baited into the Wandering Emperor, so this is a prime example of me, like, just not liking my drafts, and, you know, yeah, I don't want to play this. Let's just concede. Can I just concede, please? Maybe I'll just give it one more shot. I don't know, I don't really want to play against this. I should have been in red-black all along, but this is what happens when you get married to your bomb, and then you get past a good common, and then you expect to get nothing but black and white cards. So, always, so now there's something new that you guys learn. Always be willing to abandon even your bombs in your first pick, crazy enough. Instead of getting locked in, because now we have this weird black-white deck that's can't even beat any of the green decks. Like black and green doesn't have any ways to recur things from the graveyard, except a couple of rares, and they're not even all that amazing. So I don't know. I just want to concede, but we'll run it out again, and then if we don't get there, then we'll just happily concede. I might as well play it out. Yeah, we'll keep. I don't really like this deck at all. Black-white is just not a good color combination. Maybe we were just forced into it, I don't know. But red was very open with the Goblin Twin Shot Sniper and everything, so I'm not perfect. It's alright, we'll take the land. Do I want Twisted Embrace? Twisted Embrace is pretty good. However, we need to hit our 4th land, and drawing this on turn 4 is kind of awkward since we need to curve out, so I think I'll bomb it. Jukai Trainee is fine, but we don't have any ways to do crew. I guess what we can do is we can run this out. Next turn we can crew an attack. I think I like that. We can attack for 3 as opposed to like 1 in the air. A Searchlight Companion, so if we get a land we can draw a card, which could be nice. Take 2. So opponent has a good deck for Dockside Chef. If not, we'll just run out our own companion, I guess. And then, which one do I crew? I guess the 2/2 since it can't block this. And then we can, yeah, just attack for 3. And then we can even trade the 1/1 tokens if we want to. Trading 3 for 2 is definitely better. Yeah, I don't think the black-white decks can beat the multicolor green decks. And yeah, I'm just gonna block, honestly, and trade these 2. I think it's worth it. That way our long reach can improve. Makes us discard. Alright, Kaido's Pursuit is an easy thing to get rid of. Since it's almost like getting rid of it. I guess now I can chump with the Virus Beetle and buy it back, so that's not bad, and then I can still attack for 3. I'm fine blocking the Virus Beetle. I guess it goes back in the hand, right? So, yeah, I guess it goes back in the hand. So, I'm happy trading the Virus Beetles, but I'm not going to chump it through 2-2, I think, because of the fact that it goes back in the hand. And if it was on battlefield, it would be pretty absurd, obviously, but now we can't attack at all. Return to action is kind of cute. I guess I can still attack and return to action to try to get rid of this. I guess that's not a bad idea. And if he tries to double block and kill off the recovery unit, I can at least get it back. So we'll try it, and then maybe try to kill the Web Spinner Cuff. Opponent might think I have a trick here. And I do, but it's not a very good one. I'm still trading a card for a card, assuming he doesn't have a protection spell. Alright, we'll just return to action here to try to kill it. And it dissolves, so that's nice, so now I can keep attacking. We're surprisingly doing okay. Keep of a season. Alright, we finally got land, so I think we can drop down to Kami. If I attack here, then he can double block. I guess if he does that, I can run out the Wandering Emperor and do some cute shenanigans. But maybe it's better to still just Kami here, just to draw a card. Just in case he has some instant speed shenanigans and he doesn't, so this is fine. And then next turn we can maybe attack with both and then use the Wandering Emperor. And I'll keep land in hand in case he has a second Virus Beetle, so we'll see go. I can long reach, but he still has cards in his hand, so... Ooh, Turtle to get back the Web Spinner Cuff, fair enough. So opponent wants to play a defensive game now. Right, that's fine. I guess I'm happy attacking for 3 still, and I mean I could crew and attack with both, but then if he blocks here and blocks there, I guess I can still wander and do some cute things, so let's try that instead. I could also long reach, but I think this is fine. We still have a blocker, and then we can flash in the Emperor to put a woman counter to mess them up, so we'll go for this. And I think we want to put a woman counter to the double block if he tries a Jukai trainee. Ooh, does blocks like that? Interesting. That's an interesting scenario. So if he blocks like this, if I first strike away the Web Spinner Cuff, I guess I want to first strike away the Jukai trainee because it's a little bit more annoying. So we'll do this, and then we'll flash into Wandering Emperor. And then plus the Wandering Emperor, give it first strike. And then this will be 4 power next turn, which can attack past a Web Spinner Cuff, seems fine. And then do I play out land? I think I do. Can I double black for Twisted Embrace, and then I can trade Beetles and take 1 with the Wandering Emperor. But if this stays on the battlefield, we can just win the game. So I guess I shouldn't have maybe just preemptively conceded. I don't know. Again, it just felt miserable playing that matchup. And I guess if we trade Virus Beetles... Okay, doesn't even do anything here. So I guess we can just long reach and see what's up. Gets rid of Beetle. So do I want to get aggressive here? I guess it's okay. Since it's just a lot of damage, so let's just go. I guess I can also just plus on the Kami here and be fine with that too, so let's plus here too, and then attack for 8. Yeah, the Wandering Emperor has a lot of loyalty. He might just chump here too, which I'm fine with. And then, ooh, she could have a lethal exploit. So if he gives -2/-2, I guess it's gonna die anyways, so might as well just let the 1/4 die first, I guess, so it could be a lethal exploit. Yep. There it is. Alright, rip. But I can still... I guess I don't need... do I want to chump here? I mean, 1 or taking 3 isn't the worst. I guess taking 1 is fine. We can maybe exile the web spinner cuff. Yeah, I'll jump. Or just -2 and make it 2/2. He needs to sacrifice something or discard a card next turn as well. I mean, I don't even need to exile this. Maybe I can plus enough counters. I can attack past it. But we'll see. This deck is just not very good either. I think we're just getting lucky. Opponent's card quality looks a lot higher. I guess there's a Season of Renewal here. So he has a Turtle Loop. I guess this is naming white mana, so at least he can't cast a turtle. But the fact that he can just keep buying it back is kind of annoying. So we might as well play out our stuff. Or maybe we can just get even more aggressive with the Wandering Emperor. Right, sacrifices the Circuit Mender, that's fair enough. And then I could still plus, since I have 2/2 back on defense. I guess that's fine just to grow my team. And yeah, we'll attack for 7, which is a lot. He can chump to 4/4, but at least I'm getting him for 3.
Remember your training.
I think I need to again be aggressive in this matchup. He can Season buy back, but he has nothing to discard. I guess he can buy back Circuit Mender now, but he doesn't have an enchantment at the very least. And we can at least just keep pumping our team and attacking for the hell of it. Preserver, making this a 2/2, maybe hit the Wanderer for 2. Just passes the turn. Right, we can run out a second Kami. So I probably want to kill the Web Spinner Cuff here. If he double blocks. I guess he doesn't have a good block anyways.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Maybe a bounce spell, that's fine too. But then he doesn't get back Season of Renewal. I guess he can chump, get back the Beetle, get back Jukai Preserver, which is kind of annoying. But then he needs to get back the other things. Or I guess he can start adding more counters, so that's kind of annoying. So he can get back the Turtle, get back Virus Beetle, or even Preserver, we'll see. Alright, he has another Virus Beetle anyway, so that's fine. I think I can attack with at least a long Reach of Night next turn and go Shintai to start chumping. Fair enough. I guess when we were young, this is a pretty cool combat trick, so yeah, I guess what we can do now is we can plus the Leech Gauntlet, attack with all, and then cast when we were young to maybe blow him out. We'll see.
We've got the edge in this fight.
He needs to double block this for sure. And then chump, and then I guess it's still 6 damage, so... yeah, I guess he's dead. Alright, we just got lucky that match, I think. Opponent has a higher quality deck than ours. And we were just able to draw some better stuff, I don't know. But yeah, maybe I should just abandon the Wandering Emperor, now that I think about it. I really don't like Kaido's Pursuit in this matchup. I think it's just almost a dead card. I should maybe got rid of it earlier. 1/1 vehicle, return target permanent. Returning target permanent can be kind of cute to maybe protect, I guess, the Wandering Emperor over Regent's Authority, because it needs to be an enchantment creature. Yeah, let's try to light the way. Doesn't seem great, but so is our deck. Doesn't seem great. Maybe we can just read signals better next time and stop getting locked into our bombs. This hand isn't good, but we're on the draw. I mean, I think I can risk it here on the draw. We also, I think we have a little bit more black than white sources too. So, we'll try it. Hopefully we get a turn 2 swamp. And we can deploy our stuff. Alright. At the very least, I can drop the Golden Tail Disciple and eventually draw a swamp for something. Another Virus Beetle, okay. I guess we might as well discard a black spell. I don't like the... I think we get rid of Ink Rise, actually. Because we have a second one, and now we have a black spell, so now we can play Leech Gauntlet at the very least. So maybe I should discard land, but I wouldn't have known. I think it's just land is just too important to hold on to this stage. And maybe we can at least curve out Golden Tail into Kami. Opponent also missed a land drop, so I guess we're in fine shape still. And I think we don't attack here because he can easily trade, and I want to draw cards, so... Opponent just passes turn again. Alright, Light the Way could also blow him out. But I think, again, we just run out the Kami and maybe just run him over, and that's the game plan. Alright, a tap land, and then we can blow him out with Light the Way. I can also bounce this back to draw a card. I guess I can also Lethal Exploit here and just attack. Maybe that's better. And then, I guess we can even untap our creatures if he has some weird tricks. So we'll just run our planes and then attack with all. And then hope he doesn't have some weird thing like a ninja with the Virus Beetle. Let's see, go. I can even do something cute and again bounce this back and draw a card, or I guess if he goes for a double or triple block, we can mess him up with Light the Way. Nezumi Prowler is also kind of interesting too. Let's go for the attack. I could even ninja this back, I guess. So, I guess a double block's happening. I guess a triple block, so opponent is, yeah, definitely very careful. Right, I guess Light the Way is not going to be that great. So what can I do here? I could ninja the Nezumi, yeah, I could ninja the Kami and just recast it, honestly, to draw a card. That's fair enough. Opponent's, yeah, is playing around Light the Way, which is really smart, so not a card I see too often, but yeah, this is fine. Let damage happen, the opponent can keep their token since Light the Way can do something else, and then, yeah, we'll just draw another card. So then if he has another Virus Beetle, he won't mess with us. Befriending the mobs isn't bad, we can fly over and deal some damage now. By the way, opponent's deck looks better than mine. I'm just lucky. Blade Blesser. Probably fine just befriending the Moths here, and then just running out Blade Blesser, as opposed to trying to use our combat trick. So this is better. Play the Blade Blesser, attack for 4. So our deck is actually pretty aggressive, interestingly enough. It's still not amazing. I also might want to pump something else next turn, since he could have like a lethal exploit, so maybe I pump the Kami next turn as opposed to Prowler. We're also at 31, which is a pretty nice life total to be at, so I don't know, I'm kind of running away with this. I still don't think my deck is very good. Tell the opponent's deck, I don't know, maybe I'm too biased, but yeah, we don't even have a single Reckoner Raid, and he has a Searchlight, so opponent knows what's up. Fang, okay, so we don't have any real good attacks on the ground. I guess it's fine pumping the Blade Blesser here since it has Menace and we can give it flying. I think I'm down for that. And then maybe we can close out the game with the Befriending the Pops, and if they try to answer Befriending the Mouse, what we can do is we can bounce it back to our hand. And we'll keep land in hand in case of a second Virus Beetle, so... yeah, if he tries to kill Befriending, we'll just return it and then recast it again, give this flying and win the game, so... I think I'm fine, and then we're not going to block the Death Toucher, just block everything else here if we can. Shrieker getting back. Searchlight Companion can be annoying. I guess he wants it to chump all day, but that's fine. If it's Virus Beetle, then I'll just discard a land. Yeah, he's probably thinking of Searchlight because he needs to buy time. And, you know, that's... I guess what I can do next turn is I can just bounce this back to my hand anyways and just recast it. Assuming he doesn't have anything. Yeah, I guess I do that. Yeah, let's just Light the Way here and hope we don't get blown out, so... let's return this. And then just recast it on the Nezumi Blade Blesser and hope he doesn't have lethal exploits, and that should be game. We got him, yeah, sweet. Alright, I just want to redo the draft, honestly. I don't even know what I want if I want to play this out. We did win that one, but it doesn't even feel like a good win. I really do not like Black White. I don't think it really has a theme, honestly. Um, I don't know. I don't think we really deserve that win. Yeah, I really don't like this deck. I'm gonna resign, actually. I just got lucky. The opponent's deck was just way better, and I don't know. He just got really bad luck. Let's just resign here and do another one. I really don't want. I really do not like this deck. Let's claim a prize. And yeah, let's just do it right this time. Let's make sure we don't get married to our bomb, even though it's our clear pack one, pick one, and then draft like what if we would abandon it sort of thing, which sounds crazy, but sometimes it's something you have to do. I've done it before, and even in real life drafts, and gotten way better decks than I would have if I stuck with my color. I mean, I don't know. The deck felt miserable to play. Like honestly, I only got away with it because I was able to get Kami on curve and get more value by bouncing it back, etc. But it's still not like an amazing deck. Like, there's just no synergy in black white other than controlling an enchantment or artifact. But like in any black deck, you're just even in red black, you're still gonna have those cards anyways, and you're bound to get some enchantments and artifacts on the battlefield at the same time. So it's not really like a hard build around. Like, it just quote unquote happens when you have enough virus beetles or keep a reckoner raids or twisted embraces, etc. Um, So I don't know, and there's not too yeah. There's also not too much in white that rewards you much for controlling artifacts and enchantments. I guess there's the When We Were Young, but that card isn't even that great in this format, given how it's white is not really an aggressive color, and the Banishing Slash is not even that great of a removal spell since double white sorcery speed is not easy to cast, and being base white is not great unless you're with green in the set. So I don't know. I know you guys could be unhappy that I'm throwing in the towel, but I think this is the right thing to do. I mean, it's better to lose with a well drafted deck than win with a deck that doesn't deserve to that doesn't deserve it. And I really don't think our deck really deserved that win, honestly. Wow, this might even take longer than 40 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah, I got baited into the Wandering Emperor. Happens. Like, I think I value Kami a little bit too highly when there's like a clear like Kami's flare in that pack. I don't know. Just pack one was just so strange. Like, I'm not even sure I knew what color I was in pack 1. It was just like a weird mix. But yeah, that's the difficulty of draft sometimes, knowing how to navigate it and find the correct colors. It's not always easy, especially when there's other like drafters around you trying to do some weird 3-color mess, because they might open up a bomb and they can kind of force it. I don't know. All right, I guess this is the longest one so far. Most of them stop around 4 minutes, but yeah, this one is a lot longer for sure. Alright, then pack 1, pick 1. Neon Dynasty traditional draft best out of 3. We're doing it again. We opened up Tribute to Horobi, which I think is just an okay card. It's good when you cast it early and you're not behind on life and you're not facing against a ninja's deck, but it's pretty bad when you're facing against a ninja's deck since they have the free resource. And if you're behind on life and you gotta take the damage, so it's not a card I like. Probably just take Okiba Rekner Raid here. We also have some good multicolor uncommons here in the respective color pairings. And if this Okiba Rekner Raid wasn't in this pack, I might actually just take Kami Slayer over Tribute to Horobi, actually. Not sure. I know black is just the best color, though, so you should lean towards it. But luckily there's Okiba, which is the best common, which we're going to take over all the other multicolor cards and everything else. So I think it's right taking this over Tribute. Tribute's medium. And, I mean, I guess it has a high ceiling. The card is either, like, very, very good, or it's just not very good at all. And there's a Kappa Tech Wrecker. I'm going to take it here over some excellent ninjas that common here, and Spirited Companion, the best white common. We're not going to get baited again, no. I think if this one is in pack, I would take Moon Circuit Hacker and maybe set up some sort of blue-black ninjas deck. And I think I would actually, yeah, definitely think taking Moon Circuit Hacker over Mukotai Ambusher is correct, over staying open, since this has a much more powerful effect, and then the one-man to ninjutsu can enable some shenanigans. But Kappa Tech Wrecker is the best uncommon in the set, and yeah, green-black is also just great. So we'll take a Kappa over everything else. Outside of so green only has really 2 good green ninjas. This one at uncommon, and then the Springleaf Avenger, which is a rare. This pack, there's Imperial Oath, which is probably the best common in this pack, and probably one I'm going to take. Even if I end up base green, I can splash it over some fine green commons and uncommons. Azusa's Many Journeys and Jukai Preserver are both pretty good, but green's commons tend to be pretty flat. So you can always just pick up cards at similar power levels. Usually, like Bamboo Grove Archer is not too different from this, even though this is probably just better. Just gonna take Oaf here, one of the top commons in the set, and hopefully we end up base green splashing and going in some sort of Abzan combination and not back into black-white again. So this seems good. Alright, there's a Twisted Embrace, which I'm going to take. There's Modern Age 2. Searchlight Companion could play well with Kappa. There's also Patchwork Automaton, which is really just a red card, honestly. Since, again, red cares more about artifacts than anything. But, yeah, Containment Constructs similar to Patchwork, where it's kind of like just a blue card. But we'll take a Twisted here. Seems like the best common. Black-green, okay. Gravelighter is not bad, although I like Gravelighter with Virus Beetles, but I still think it's enough better than Tanuki that we take it, and we can take this as a sign that we want to be base black. And then, yeah, see where we end up. Hopefully pick up some Virus Beetles for Gravelighter to sack, or if we can pick up some more removal and trade some stuff off, this can at least enter the battlefield and draw a card. But yeah, this card's fine. It's not an enchantment or artifact, but it plays best in kind of like a Ninja's deck, where you can just bounce this back and get some value. I still think taking Twisted Embrace over this is kind of correct. In a pack one, pick one, since the enchantment matters. So, yeah, we're off to a pretty good start. Picked the best cards, and we're still the packs are still flowing. Alright, we can take a Virus Beetle over Modern Age, which would be my second pick. Maybe end up in blue-black, but yeah, the Virus Beetle is the second best black common. Second best common in a set, and the second best black common. It goes, yeah, I think it goes Reckoner, Virus Beetle, and Twisted Embrace as the top three commons. Like, you want to lean heavily towards black in a set, since it's just the most flexible and the most powerful color at common. And then the blue commons are the next best ones, and then after the blue ones it goes like Spirited Companion, Imperial Oath, and then the red commons, and then the green commons. And then, yeah, green has excellent uncommons and rares, but if you don't have any good green uncommons or rares, like, the power level of the commons are just so flat that black decks, dedicated black, blue, and red decks are just going to just be way better. I can only see, like, green commons tussling with the white commons. Alright, that's a pretty late Sokenzen Smelter. I think I'll take it here over Sunblade Samurai, which, theoretically speaking, could actually splash from Imperial Oath, but this card's just medium. But seeing a late Sokenzen Smelter is a sign maybe we should just be red-black. Inkrise Infiltrator is also a fine ninjutsu enabler, but I think this is a lot more unique and powerful, so we'll take it here. Maybe just abandon the Kappa Tech Wrecker Imperial Oath plan, which, is, kind of what I mentioned to, like the previous draft. I didn't stay open enough, and I just thought I could, like, force black-white, and kind of ended up in the deck I did not like. Alright, probably just take the Blade Blesser. Wanderer's Intervention is also just medium. Like, it's a nice card in a control color, but it seems like we're more kind of aggressive, not sure. Blade Blesser is okay, just a nice 3-drop, and then I've been a little bit slightly higher on this card. Yeah, most of the black commons are pretty deep, like, 2. They don't, like, some of them also just don't stand out as much as a Blade Blesser, but actually kind of overperforms. Like Ambusher, the Clawing Torment, Blade Blesser, obviously. Twisted, Commune Terrible Secrets is also a bit of a sleeper. So, yeah, the black and green commons, I think, are definitely the most deepest in the set. Like, even as non-artifact, it's still kind of annoying to deal with if it has Death Touch or even, like, Menace. So, I've been a little bit higher on this card. Alright, there's nothing else we want. Nothing I even care about on the sideboard, honestly. Just take a Prototype in case we end up splashing it, not sure. But it's pretty late Prototype, which is a good card. Most of the vehicles that are common and uncommon are pretty bad. I guess they're all pretty bad except this one and High Speed Hover Bike, I guess. Ooh, that's a late Iron Apprentice. I think I like it over the Repel the Vial. Like, this card is also kind of shot up, but it's still medium. But if we have Smelter and we have 1-drop artifacts to sack, that's pretty awesome, so we'll take it here. So we can just draft red-black. as opposed to the whole green-black multicolor thing, which I think it's also a direction. So, alright, Wanderer's Intervention, although there's an Ogre. Like, Intervention is not even that good, right? Black-white with an Intervention. Yeah, get out of here. Let's just take the Ogre. Let's do red-black. We won with red-black the first draft, and we're going to do it again, I think. Since it seems slightly open with these pretty late. Although that's a late Disciple 2, which has also shot up a bit. So green doesn't look open anytime soon. We took a Kappa Tech Wrecker since it was the best card, and I still don't take that back. But it's just nowhere near as open. I think the Mardu colors are kind of where it's at, honestly. And yeah, I think I'd rather just be in red-black. So which one do I take here? All these are just kind of medium too. I guess with Smelter we don't mind Kami of Industry, but we can cast this on turn 6. Like, yeah, we can cast this on turn 6 maybe. Have 1 mana available to sack the artifact, but even then I want to keep my curve low, so I'm not even sure if I'll end up playing it. Aki Ember Keeper is kind of a nice filler 2-drop if you need one, but I'm hoping we can pick up the Tawashi Song Shapers later. So we're gonna do red-black again. I have a feeling, and I think it's a good deck. So hopefully get some Synthesizers, some Kami's Flare, some Voltage Surges. Actually, I might rate Voltage Surge higher than Kami's Flare now that I think about it. It really depends. Do you have more modified? Yeah, we could just take Patchwork Automaton, honestly. Like, white did seem open in the previous pack, but not by much. Like, pack 1, pick 1, what's the real pick? I think it's Machiko's Reign of Truth, for sure. But, yeah, seeing the late red cards, makes me just want to take the Patchwork, honestly, since it seems like we have a better direction, as opposed to maybe trying to be white-black again. Like, it's still possible to be in white-black, but again, it's just not a deck that has a whole lot of overlapping synergy, and it's just kind of awkward. But yeah, good card, good in white-green, good card, good card, good card, good card. But let's take Patchwork here and just go red-black, I think. And probably just take a long reach over Embrace. Even though Embrace is better off in an aggressive deck, the double black is a little bit difficult to cast sometimes, and we're going to have Clawing Torment if we... we're gonna have Clawing Torment if this red-black thing is open. So I'm just gonna take a long reach. It's kind of a cool card. Yeah, we'll take a long reach. I think I'll pack 1, pick 1 long reach over Twist Embrace. This card's excellent. Alright, only called Anvil. Perfect over the Ogre Head Helm. So yeah, it's open. Let's do it. And we actually have a direction this time. Yeah, red-black is always just kind of open, fine enough. Yeah, I'll take Invoke Despair. Infiltrator is just very medium. Not sure if I'll play it, though. If I have more fixing, I'll play it, but it's also just kind of whatever. And there was nothing else in that pack I cared about as well, so I might as well just take the best card for our deck. And yeah, it seems like red-black is definitely where we want to be, I think. Hopefully more 1-drops. Alright, another Patchwork, perfect, so it's really open, and we're going to get well rewarded, so... I know sometimes it does feel bad that you're passing up all these really good commons that you would otherwise play in other decks, but yeah, you're also just getting excellent red commons as well, so... Not going to complain. And Aki Umber Keeper has also been kind of been a little bit better in these decks, too. Since, like, Patchwork Automaton modifies itself, Iron Apprentice modifies itself... And then, yeah, even Twisted Embrace and maybe more Iron Apprentice, who knows. There's a late Shigeki, which shouldn't be in the pack. I honestly don't care about any of these either. They're just kind of medium. So I'll just take Shigeki and off chance we end up green-black again. But it's kind of insane how green is now open and there was like barely any green cards in the first pack. Just take a random 3-drop over the random 4-drop. Hopefully get a second Anvil. We definitely need more 1-drops, so Kumala faces Kakazans. Rabbit Batteries would be great. Song Shapers would also be great. Alright, could take a boar. Although, is it better than kunai? Probably not. Kunai is just a cheap artifact, plays really well with patchwork, and it can also go face. And if it leaves the battlefield, it triggers the only code anvil. Yeah, let's take the kunai over the boar, which I think is also just very medium. You can push through damage, but sometimes if your creature doesn't survive, it just feels bad because you just 2-for-1 yourself. So, alright, could just take Explosive Entry over Scrap Welder. Not a big fan of Scrap Welder. You do have to sacrifice a creature with higher CMC. Um, because you can only return target creature card with a mana value X or less, and 3 mana just to play this is kind of awkward. So I think I like the Explosive Entry since we don't have much removal, and it's actually been a fine main deck, 1 copy in these red-black decks. There's bound to be some sort of artifact you don't mind blowing up, whether it's a vehicle or some sort of virus beetle. Even this pack is just kind of whatever. Or we have a Kami. No, just cost some black. And take another Chain Flail. Maybe just better than Blade Blesser at this point. Not a big fan of Scrounger even in these red-black decks. Alright, we'll take a random dual land. I really don't like any of these, even if you're aggressive or playing artifacts. I think it's a trap. Alright, yeah, and we just have 0 fixing. Shard State's Era actually is a nice long Kami of Industry in our sideboard. So another sign that's open. Alright, this pack is interesting. Probably don't mind just taking March, although I don't mind a Simian Sling here. Like, March is okay. Like, it is good, don't keep me wrong, it gains you a lot of life and is good in a more controlling deck. I mean, I still gotta take it here, right? It's definitely a stretch taking Simian Sling over this, I think. It's not a stretch taking Twisted Embrace, but Twisted Embrace is probably just a little more clunkier. Um, yeah, it's too much of a stretch to take Simian Sling over this, I think. Let's just take the March and move on. It's a good card. But it's better in a much more grindier black deck where you're trying to get to the late game because you have all this mana available to activate. But when you're playing like in the red-black deck, it's kind of awkward. Alright, we'll take Kami's Flare here. Like, if actually pack 1 pick 1 there was Kami's Flare in March, I would actually just take Kami's Flare. But we're going to take it here over Iron Apprentice and Boar, which is also just not very good. But we should get well rewarded in this pack for sticking to our guns and reading the signals. Not even sure if I want to play this, honestly. I might just cut it. So maybe I missed out on the Simian Sling. But we'll see. Another Kappa. I mean, that's too bad. I don't think I'm going to take it here. Just probably take a Decoy. Seems okay over Kami of Terrible Secrets, which also, again, fine, but not amazing in red-black. It's kind of crazy passing this up, but at this stage, I think I can finally just happily take a 2-drop. And probably take another Kunai over another Ogre. I don't know, maybe there's someone else drafting red-black. Yeah, there's probably someone else drafting red-black. Not sure. But I'm not seeing any synthesizers, which are kind of key to this, so we might actually have to run 17 lands. Or so, not sure. I guess I'll take the boar. There's a bit of fixing. The fixing could be fine, I guess. I don't know, better than second Kunai. And maybe we play Renegade. I don't know, this is weird. Why aren't we getting our cards? We kind of read the signals and knew red-black was open, but now we're just kind of cut off. It's kind of stupid. I don't know. I mean, either way, we didn't. I mean, outside of tech records, the green cards also just didn't seem amazing. Honestly, it's just a weird draft. Honestly, like, I don't know what people are taking. There we go, finally. Lato keep a Rekner raid. Take over everything else. That's a really nice gift. And I probably just need to run 16 lands, honestly, with what I'm doing here. Maybe Invoke as like the top end. But then it's gonna, if I don't cast it on curve in this deck, it's just bad. I don't know, maybe Kami? Kami can come back. I guess we run Shatter States, right? Shatter States I think could just be better. Like, sure, we bring back an artifact, but what artifact are we interested in bringing back? Against, I guess Unstoppable Ogre is fine, but everything else is just kind of whatever, I think. So I actually don't hate the Shatter States. Like, you can steal a large creature from the opponent and just smash them back. This is also just kind of whatever. Ooh, alright, I'll take the Kami here. I can see myself playing this now. Run 16 lands, should be okay with, like, what, a 5-drop, very few 4s and some 3s. I can see myself running 16 like this. I don't know, this is just kind of whatever. But it does seem red-black is open, like, maybe there's just another red-black drafter at the table. That's definitely possible as well. But it's okay. I mean, obviously we don't have any experimental synthesizers, but we still have a solid red-black deck, which I'm happy. We still have some, like, uncommon, like, sack outlets, too, for them. And do I want Shatter States? Yeah, I think Shatter States over Kami is correct. It's good for a head, though. It's really bad if you're behind. And mana base slightly favoring Blackmore. Do I want to go even split there? We have a lot of 2-drop red cards. So I think we kind of have to go even split either way. So I cut this, we can go 8-8, and we can be maybe okay with this mana composition, since we can always name black with this anyways. I guess it's 9-8, never mind, with 16 lands seems okay. Like, I do like this card with Arc Anvil, I guess. Yeah, and I guess with the Sokenzen Smelter could also be kind of cool. You know what? Actually, let's toss this away and just throw the Kami. With the Sokenzen Smelter, we do need 6 mana to like bring it back and sack it and make a 1/1 token, but it's still fine. Yeah, let's just give this a shot again. I would love synthesizers in this deck, really. Maybe, yeah, maybe we just opened up none. I don't know. Or maybe it just wasn't as open as I expected it to be. I don't know, it was just weird. Like, the second pack, I think, really want me to be in red-black. Alright, this is fine. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop seems good. And then maybe we can get second black source for a Twisted Embrace, which can clear a path. And we did, so. Green-white. Yeah, run Papercraft Decoy, right? Or maybe Aki Emberkeeper, maybe save this for something else, maybe for a future turn, in case they have removal. I guess I like that instead. If he passes a turn, I guess I run this out and save this as a removal spell. Fade, alright, that's fair enough. Ooh, I forgot that was an enchantment creature, so luckily I didn't run out my Papercraft. Otherwise, what would have happened was that I wouldn't get to draw a card off of it. But now this is fine, and I can even run Ogre or Twisted Embrace next turn. Although I still also don't have mana to answer. Fang is kind of annoying. I guess I can still make it unblockable. Can see a fight spell. Wow, more removal. I guess I can run out Long Reach, but let's attack first. I'm fine trading this. Doesn't block. Right, we'll run Long Reach instead. Seems better than the removal spells. Since we can mess up his hand and maybe have better targets. Draw a card, alright, but he's Commune maybe for a land. Fall doesn't have a target. I guess for my long reach it does. Anvil's pretty good. Alright, so he's going to use this to answer my long reach creature next turn. It's only a creature though. I think I can attack for 2, actually. And then we can Anvil sack it and then draw a card. I think I like that more than and playing anything else here. So let's just do that. This way we can drain and make a 1/1 token to also block the Fang. And this might prompt him to stay back instead. So that seems good, and I can even sack this next turn to do something else. Hopefully no Fade here. Is this point running like mono removal? I don't know. It's kind of good against us actually. Funny enough. So we can attack, and if he doesn't block, we can still stack and drain him. So it's almost like two damage per turn. Or I can just run out the Gravelighter to make him sack it, and we still make a 1/1 token. Let's move the combat and attack so we get the free like damage in. Yeah, this is just not a good trade for him. Yeah, let's just run the Gravelighter. If he loses the Fang, we lose Animus next turn. I guess I can even sacrifice. I guess I can also just sacrifice the Animus so he doesn't have a target. Interestingly enough. I mean, that's also just not a bad idea, honestly. I don't know what this is. Yeah, sacrifice the Animus instead, so then he doesn't have a good target. And then we can just activate this and, yeah, make another 1/1, drain him. I think I like that more than giving him a target for this. And we still keep our 1/1 token around. So yeah, it's a little bit of a new, like, a different play, but now that we know this he's not going to get any value. He can run it out, but without any targets, it's just kind of a dead card. He might just run it out for no reason. Okay, touch the Spirit Realm, can exile artifacts. Ooh, targets my token. He doesn't target my Smelter. I don't know if I agree with that. But I guess I'll take it. And then I don't have any good attacks here. We'll just play attack. And then, do I run out land? I guess I might as well. Highly doubt me splashing black for a beetle. It makes no sense. I could also run this out, use Twisted Embrace, and get damage through Tales of Master Shishiro. Alright, that's annoying. Although he's not attacking this turn. Guess I can kill this and hit for 3. He'll eventually have Tails. But like me doing nothing also just doesn't do anything here. So let's just be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe put him on 3-turn clock as opposed to 4-turn clock. Get in there, and I could also just run out the Ogre anyways in hopes I can hit. And I think I will actually. Because yeah, this is a lot of damage, and I can just kill him next turn if he doesn't have a creature. Yeah, he doesn't have any good targets. His target's nothing in my deck, so... Alright, he has that, sure. I can still attack into it and make a 1/1. Virus Beetle to make up this card, so yeah, we can mess with him pretty badly here. So yeah, this is just a dead card in this matchup. And then yeah, we got him, sweet. The opponent doesn't look like he has a lot of artifacts in his deck, so I don't want to run the explosive entry. Maybe this is a game where we can actually benefit from maybe just a Shattered States era with a 16-lander. It's kind of weird though. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe the Inkrise Infiltrator could be okay. I'm actually being a little more impressed with this card each and every day. Just an early 2-drop we could play, and then we can use as a mana sink later. Seems better than Shattered States in this deck. What else is there? Maybe, and also maybe the Shattered States is just better than Kami in this deck, actually. There's just so many big creatures to steal that I'd rather just take the Shattered States, actually. And then take it from there. I guess we can even run the Upriser Renegade, actually. Like, he can block it, but it can be pretty large in his deck. I can imagine if we get some modified going. We do have a couple ways to modify. So yeah, you know what? Let's try to Upriser Renegade over Inkrise and see if it makes a difference. And the mana base, yeah, still favored black, so let's try it. Patchwork would be great in our opening hand, obviously. I'll keep our Reckoner Ray, Patchwork, yeah. I can't say no to this, right? We gotta keep it. Pulling also mulligan, so that's a good sign. Although, on the draw again. I mean, we're on the draw, so if he's on the plane and he has a mulligan, then he's kind of in a bad spot. Hopefully we can finally get some reconfiguring going so this can hit harder. I don't know. Could actually maybe be worse than the Ink Rise, but we don't have any, like, ninjutsu or ninjas going on, so... Aki hits harder, I guess. Let's play out a 2-1 instead of a 1-3. And start applying some pressure. Grove Archer we can just kill. Yeah, I think I'm fine killing it this turn. It's annoying enough that I just want to get rid of it. Especially since he's tapped out. He can have some weird tricks and this is just annoying. And we want to name black with this for the Twisted Embrace, so let's name black. This is also enchantment creature, so if I have an artifact into Kami, that would be great. Okay, opponent can play an extra land. And into a Weaver of Harmony, that's good. I think I kill this. I have to kill this, right? Yeah. I'm not like this. Actually, let's attack first. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Yeah, this needs to go. I cannot allow him to gain 6 life next turn. It's gonna be a bad mistake to hold on to this, so. Again, I prefer Kami's Flare, and this is better in a more controlling deck, but still gotta take it, I think. Although Stimming Sling wouldn't have been bad either, to be honest. Another Fang? Holy crap. Do I even want to attack, honestly? I just want to draw a card off of this. Let's just play Chain Flow and pass the turn. There you go. I just want to draw a card. And then next turn we can attack and offer to trade, or set up some sort of reconfigure shenanigans, I don't know. But opponent probably siding in some 2-drops against our deck. No blocks. Opponent must be wondering what the hell is going on. No blocks. If I get land next turn, I might just dump these two. No lands. Alright, hopefully he doesn't have removal. There's not much at instant speed in green-white except the fight spell. So I think I just run it out. I can also just run Iron Apprentice and Ogre, but I think this could be the window. Because if we give him more turns to draw stuff, we could be bad. So, and then, yeah, we get to draw a card here, which is awesome. Do I trade here? Trading here also wouldn't be the worst. But then it can allow other smaller stuff to attack. But then again, he has Death Touch anyways, which is kind of annoying. So maybe this is the window, so I'll attack for it 4. And offer to trade. Maybe Trick. Yeah, I could have an Indestructible. I guess he can draw a card. I don't know why people play this just to draw 1 card of it. I don't like that. Like, you should at least draw 2 cards, because you're like losing like board presence. Harmonious Emergence. Okay, so now I can block my shit all day, so. Interesting attack too. I think I'm gonna trade here too. That's a interesting attack. And I guess I can make this unblockable and hit for 4 now. I could also Shattered States Era, but I can't sack anything, so I think I just run this out. Yeah, I guess we have everything black and then attack for 3, which isn't really that much. Run out the Iron Apprentice. Take 4. Can also steal an attack. Yeah, there's no reason to chump this. I could chump it to make this into a 4-5 to block this in the future, but it doesn't seem great. Another emergence, okay. Kami's Flare and attack, I like that. Especially with a modified creature. Yeah, I guess we're down the race. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's smash for 8. He can attack me back with both, I guess, next turn. Yeah, that's not good if they're both vigilance. But he might need to tap out for a creature. An old Grove Archer, Jesus. So now what? Shattered States can be interesting. We can steal one, but then if he attacks, he can just block. If I steal this and attack with all, what happens? Block here, take 5. That's not good. Maybe we just need to do some trading now and just say go. Maybe double block a 4-5, move a 1-1 counter. Maybe into the 3-5, and then this will stay as a 3-powered creature. Because I think we're down, we have to trade this turn. Because he can just free roll these attacks, honestly. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think we need to get a blocker out of the way. I could also just double block everything. I lose these 2, and then maybe the 3-4, and then I get like a 2-3. Maybe that's not good at all. Maybe I think we just take 4 here, double block, and then see if we want to Shatter States here. Okay. And yeah, we want another modified creature, so I think this is okay. And I guess we can steal this attack, and then he's forced to chump. Plays Tails instead. Interesting. Man, I wish I can attack into that. Twisted Embrace is not bad too. I guess Twisted Embrace is lethal. Holy shit. Yeah, this is like one of the closest matches I've ever had. Holy shit. That's crazy. Like a top deck Twist Embrace stole the game. I guess we could have also stolen the Forest and attacked, right? No, if we stole the Forest, he'd still be at 7, 1 life, and then he would kill us on the way back. So that was just an insane top deck over the top. So, yeah, our deck is fine. All right, that's the first game, and I'm actually happy with this draft. You know, it's way better than the one we did previously, and I don't regret actually saying just conceding and resigning that draft. Like, I really did not think that white black deck deserved to win that one match, and it was probably just a waste of time anyway since I resigned. But it's okay. Let's play first, obviously. Come on, really? I mean, you gotta risk it, right? We have 3 1-drops. I don't know. Let's just do it. You gotta believe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but whatever. If you have 3 1-drops, you gotta believe, right? Nope. Let's play our million 1-drop deck and lose the game. Opponent's thinking, what the hell is going on? Did I play a 2-drop? Is the opponent drunk? Maybe the opponent is drunk. Could see an intervention here, but I don't care if he interventions. If you want to intervention like a 1-drop that puts a counter here, to go ahead. I think I can equip the Kunai onto the Iron Apprentice safely, right? This way, if we need to tap to kill something, we can at least get him for 2. That's fine. So that was the right target anyways. So opponent in maybe a black-white control deck. Alright, Automaton isn't bad. Would have been great if we drew a land and cast that earlier. I guess I should have played this main phase, because now he can use a removal spell and punish me, but he takes it anyway, so. And this has Ward too, so it's hard to interact with. So we'll see. Missed a couple land drops already. Narika we can take out. I'm fine with killing out Narika here. It's totally fine. I think it's correct. And then we'll attack for 1, which isn't much. But yeah, we're just missing our red. A single red will be really good since we can just Unstoppable Ogre and attack for 3. Like, imagine if we got our second color. Like, holy crap. These couple of turns would have been just really explosive. Here comes this Lethal Exploit number 2, right? Alright, we'll just attack and see Lethal Exploit number 2. Or Wanderer's Intervention, we'll see. Yep. So, opponent has 2 of them, so Lethal Exploit is actually pretty good against our deck, but we're still doing okay, funny enough, so. Running 2 lands and getting away with this bullshit. Ancestral Katana, okay, I can blow that up with, stupid explosive entry, assuming I can hit my freaking colors, which I can't. I don't know. There's a way we can steal this. If the opponent plays absolutely nothing, then we can. If he equips, do I care? Guess if I get my red mana. Yeah, this is so stupid. Come on. Like, for once, just give me my stupid red mana. Like, my mana at least. Like, this is just so dumb. It's been like, how many turns is this? Like, I don't know, this is just so stupid. Do I just take it here? I could also just jump and put a 1-1 counter and just a hit back. This is a lot of damage. I'm gonna chump it. Put a 1-1 counter here and hope he doesn't have a second Lethal Exploit. Maybe we can slow him down by killing one of the Katanas. Finally, we got red mana, so now what? Could actually just run this out, actually. Maybe we can race. I said we were gonna destroy the Katana, but now I'm actually thinking we should stay back. Maybe we should. Maybe he'll play defense instead. And then we can attack with a 4/4 Menace, which is really scary. And then this might just set him back now. And if he stays back, we can Ogre and attack. Banishing Slash, that's a good one. He makes a 2/2 as well. That's so bad for us. Stupid game. Come on, give me my stinking like red mana, right? It's like, holy crap, it's so dumb. Well, I guess this is how we lose now. So that's 3 power. So maybe we just have to start trading now. I could also just double spell and maybe hope to cheese him out the next following turns. Maybe it's fine trading here since this is just a lot of damage. Although this is going to be a 4 toughness. Maybe the Ogre just has to go. He could just stay back and hit for 1. Yeah, let's just put out the Ogre and offer to trade. I can also just do nothing and just Twisted Embrace and attack back. But then he has a good blocker, so we're probably just going to trade the stupid 4/3 here. Sure, another Banishing Slash. This guy's like running mono removal and we can't even hit a land drop to save our life. So stupid. Yeah, you got it. Like, come on. I mean, I know I kept a 1-lander, but Jesus Christ, like, come on. Like, we played really well even with that 1-lander, and like, I mean, we did pretty decently even with a 1-lander, but it's just so dumb sometimes. I think we just like what we're doing, right? If he's white, he's basically he's white-black, like mono removal. We could throw in this Inkrise Infiltrator to dodge his like destroy effects, although it does deal with tapped creatures, so never mind. Let's just run it again. I think we just got greedy and kept the 1-lander. It was just so stupid sometimes, this game. Like, sometimes I run 16 lands and I completely flood, and then sometimes I just run 17 lands and I get, like, really mana screwed. It doesn't make any sense to me. Someone figure out the math behind it. I just follow what the other people do. Yeah, this is good. I think I might hold on to this for the patchwork. Yeah, let's just name, black for the Embrace. Play the Automaton. And start growing our dude. Yeah, there's no reason to run Gravelighter here. And might hold on to his kunai to maybe kill something and then play Gravelighter. Right, run our thing, enhance our patchwork. He can't interact with it since this has Ward 2. And then we can smash him for 2. Equip the kunai and then use it next turn to maybe draw a card. Yeah, running this out without any creatures is just really bad. I can also long reach too next turn. But I might want to get some value going, draw a card. Alright, nothing. This is really awkward. Like, we don't have to do anything, and yeah, none of these cards are like really proactive cards. So I guess we just do this, and probably see like a Banishing Slash next turn. He's splashing red, that's interesting. So he's a Mardu deck. Does he have Lethal Exploit now? Ooh, I like this. Guess we run this out first. Could see a removal spell. Yeah, he has a stupid Lethal Exploit. Yeah, he has a ward. He can pay for this too, which is kind of dumb. Sure. I guess now I can convert this into an artifact, which I also don't mind. Yeah, let's just get a 1/1 going. And we can always just use the Edict effect and make him sacrifice, so this is good, Siggo. Alright, so we can get rid of him. So what do we want to do here? We want to play land into Gravelighter. Sacrifice our token. And then if he kills our token, guess what? We make another one regardless. So let's hope the opponent misplays here. Please kill my token. Alright, that's cute. Alright, that's actually a pretty decent play. I mean, I don't even need to do so, right? Yeah, I don't even need to do so, honestly. I guess I have to, it's not a choice. So I guess I just run out to Ogre, maybe trade for it. And we don't want to activate the Anvil because we don't get a token anyways. So hopefully nothing scary. Iganjo, sure. I guess I can still take some hits, right, from this stupid thing. It only triggers twice, only hits me for 5. We can run out maybe Long Reach next turn. Drain. I guess he just does nothing. That's fine with me. We can beetle into Long Reach, which looks really fun. Just grind them in the dust. See, this is what happens when we hit our lands. We actually play cards. And we actually have a fair game of Magic, right? Or maybe a winning game of Magic, not sure. Ryu. Alright, this opponent has like everything. Holy shit. Alright, I guess we'll be taking some hits. How much is this? It triggers twice. So do I trade for it? I mean, I might as well. He gets another combat step, which is okay. And that's it. I'll take 3. Another one? Oh, it triggers twice again. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess I'll give props to my opponent for doing this. That's very interesting. Alright, so I might want to just stay back. Or maybe the game plan is just to grind him out and chump. Yeah, let's just do that instead. So he has both of his rares. Yeah, and yeah, I could just chump next turn actually. Or just take it. I guess it's first, right? Let's see how this works. Yep. Sure. guess he can do it again, which is kind of nutty. Oh, I guess you can just keep doing it? Wow, that's kind of crazy. Wow, good games. Yeah, I think he has a comp. Oh, I guess he can't do it forever. Never mind. I guess we just need to grind him out, right? That's the only way to do it. I mean, this is the same as chumping. I guess it's only 3 times, right? I don't know what this is. A pump trick? A banishing slash? Not sure. I think I need like another artifact here. It's only 3 times. Alright, March is really good. Yeah, I guess we just march a stupid Ryu here for 7. I guess that will just win us the game. And then I guess we can attack. And then sack our artifact and make him dead next turn. So cool deck, but I say I don't think this strategy is always reliable. But cool strat, opponent. I'll give him a thumbs up for doing this, honestly. Because you know, like I never see this happen, but like I mean, if you can do that, I really respect that. Yeah, I say we keep it the way it is. What did I take for this? Let me try to remember. The entry isn't that bad. It deals with a stupid sword, and it puts a 1/1 counter. What did I take over? What did I replace over this? Which is an actual, real, decent magic card. I'm also just liking the Shattered States era, now that he has all these weird samurais that we can steal and mess with. I guess this was over the Inkrise Infiltrator, but then what did we take over that? I'm kind of I do need to keep all my artifacts. Maybe I do just need to. No, we need to kill his stupid sword, and this also puts a 1/1 counter somewhere too. Maybe Aki Emberkeeper is just kind of whatever. I know this is gonna make 1/1 chump blockers. But also we're not. Yeah, this is fine with reconfigure actually. It's just a medium card. All these cards are just so medium. Yeah, we might as well run Aki because it makes 1/1 chump blockers if he's to do that weird tactic again. I don't know. We'll just keep playing. It's just a weird game. So opponent has all the rare samurais, and I gotta applaud that honestly. For a moment there, he had us in the ropes, but we just had to get the march off the top, which gained us 1,000,000 life. He's probably on the play. Yeah, I think this is a good hand. We'll keep it. Run the patchwork into Iron Apprentice. And then we can even stack the Iron Apprentice. Okay. Hopefully we can answer that eventually. Let's run the patchwork. Run the Virus Speedo, hit for 2. Ganjo, right? Could also just kill this, honestly. Nah, just run out the Virus Speedo, make him discard. And I don't think we're trading here. This is too much of a stretch. He can hit us and equip, but then we can just smash him back for a decent amount too. And we can also Kami's Flare for the extra damage if we want. Wow, he's gonna go all in. Holy shit. I guess it's still gonna be 3 toughness. I could just chomp, honestly. This is a lot of damage. Could also just wait until his turn and do this. No, let's just kill it now. This really sets him back. If we get land into a Gravelighter, maybe we can mess with him. Blade of the Oni, that's a scary card. Am I fine trading that? I think I am. Yeah, I'm fine attacking into this and offering to trade. And if not, I guess Aki Emberkeeper can trade. I guess he can make this 3 power. 3 toughness? Okay. I'll be taking a bit of a beating for now. So I need to start chump blocking maybe. Okay, Reckoner Raid isn't bad. Playing same with Iron Apprentice and chumping. And we also make a 1/1 too after this dies. Since, yeah, non-token modified, so. And we can also move the counter into the 2/1. So I'm fine. I guess this is Menace. Never mind. Should have been maybe a little bit more careful. I guess if we get land, we would be in good shape here. I guess we can survive one more turn, assuming we don't get owned. Although now he has Ishin, which is kind of insane. So now what? I guess we can, yeah, this is only attack. Okay. I guess we have to attack here. For 4. We might as well sack this. Just to drain. And then I guess we make some bodies here too, which is also cool with the Aki Emberkeeper. And then, yeah, I guess we can attack and put him to 1, and then we can still double block and survive. Yeah, I guess we just double block this and we win, right? Yeah, we got him, sweet. Alright, I mean, I appreciate what he did, but, like, it's not what you want to do in the format. There's just way more better stuff, and, like, attacking alone actually isn't that good, because, it doesn't really outvalue the green control grindy stuff, where you just season a renewal, buy redeem back, balance your dudes, etc. And then, like, the worst feeling is to have a bunch of ancestral Khantans onto a creature and then get bounced by like a Moonsnare specialist, or just get chumped by like a 1/1. Cool deck though, cool build, but if you want to win, I would highly advise against it. But whatever. All right, let's move on to the next games, and just one more remaining. So yeah, you can see in traditional draft you face against a different variety of opponents too. People who don't necessarily draft like the insane tier 1 decks or try to force it. Sometimes you occasionally do, but most of the time you don't. And that was definitely an interesting deck. He's probably on the play, he or she, not sure. Ooh, nice. Is that Italian? Come on, we're doing this again, really? I mean, we're on a draw, right? I gotta believe. I have to believe, right? I'm not crazy, am I? I'm crazy. Let's do this. Land, please. And that's a good one. Alright, we'll name black. Yeah, we can leave with the patchwork and 2 more artifacts and just grow it. Probably see a ninja, but luckily he won't be able to interact with this at this stage. Yeah, this card's insane in red-black. Outside of red-black, it's just very medium. Acquisitions Octopus. Alright, so we probably want to play a Papercraft to offer to trade here, or Explosive Entry. That's actually really better. This way we don't have to run the risk of it connecting and drawing him cards, or even reconfiguring. That was a really good top deck. He can interact with a lethal exploit if he wants here, but I'm hoping he doesn't have it. Could see a big ninja here, giant 5/5. Alright, some life gain. Alright, we can still hold it off with Iron Apprentice next turn. So we're still fine. Land please? Alright, land's good, so now what? So now, I like how the 1/1 lines up nicely here. And then we probably just want to throw in like a 2-drop. Like maybe the Aki Ember Keeper is nice here, since if we trade this off, we can make a 1/1 token. I could also just play double 1-drop again, Reckoner Raid and Ninja's Kunai to hit harder. But then I won't have a 1-drop for next turn. I suppose it's fine to also run out the Decoy and Smash for 4, which is a lot. I think I like that too. We might miss out on the 1/1 token, but this is already like a reason for him to stay back. Because it's just going to get out of hand. And what we can do next turn is we can even run the Gravelighter and be kind of annoying, making him sack. Yeah, he doesn't really want to attack into this. Land also isn't bad. And he has the activated ability, so... Yeah, I think what we can do, we can also run out Ninja's Kunai, but I think what I like to do is this, just run the Gravelighter. Could see maybe get countered. That can be kind of annoying. Sack the Iron Apprentice, right? I think that's what we want to do. If he's keeping this up, this could imply something. I'm still going to put a 1/1 counter onto the Gravelighter, I think. And then I guess we're fine running out Ninja's Kunai to play around Suit Up. We can also just not attack, because he could have the Flicker Planar Incision, so I think we just run out the Reckoner Raid, I think. And then could just attack for 2. I guess I'm okay without generating value. I'm afraid of Suit Up here. Okay, maybe he's just faking it, not sure. Completion, alright, he had a completion, but he couldn't interact with the 4-Force. If he attacks, do I block? Go Shintai, alright, I guess I can kill it with the Ninja's Kunai next turn. And we got killed this immediately before it kills our stuff, obviously, so let's run the Ninja's Kunai. Let's play this out. I guess it doesn't matter, we'll just run this out too. Go Shintai can go, and I think we have to attack for 5 here, even though there's a chance he can do some ninja shenanigans. I guess the 2/1 can block this profitably too, so. You know, this card, if you don't answer this card early, it's just so stupid in the red-black deck. Chain Flow Centipede, I can reconfigure, but it doesn't matter here. I want to keep on mana for the Papercraft Decoy in case it dies. Could see a counterspell. Yeah, I don't know why people do the crab thing in the aggressive decks. It doesn't make any sense to me. But he's dead anyways, unless he has some 1-man trick, which probably doesn't exist. Yeah, this card can be so stupid. His deck seems okay. I would recommend not playing Ghost Shintai and the Crab in the blue-black deck, for the most part. They're just like not cards that you really want. So against ninjas, yeah, the explosive entry did a lot of work. This ogre could be maybe cuttable. Not sure. Like having good blockers against ninjas is nice. Like the 1/3 holding off the 2/2 acquisition octopus doesn't seem that bad. But again, what do we take over it? I'm not sure. I'm kind of liking the Kami over the Shattered States against blue-black. Still. Maybe we don't need to change much at all. Just stick with our guns. Stick to our guns, I mean. Maybe we're just fine. I really don't see any sideboard adjustments. I didn't see too much like X1 hate from the opponent. I guess the Go Shintai, maybe I should have sideboard the Ogre out now because that can mess with my 1 toughness. Okay, so maybe I should have made some adjustment, but hopefully we can just curve out and destroy him again. I don't know. Yeah, I'll keep it. Into Patchwork is kind of stupid on turn 1. I mean, we have 2 Patchwork Automatons. Ooh, now a second one? Yeah, this is gonna get kind of crazy. Why does this stupid thing need Ward 2? Like, I can understand the late game is not as good, but come on, in the early game it's just so absurd. Especially when you have 2 of them out, it's just kind of stupid. You know, you just can't interact. You need like Clawing Torment and land here. Like literally, it's kind of stupid. You can see a ninja. Moon Circuit Hacker. Alright, Ambusher's fair enough. If he's running out Ambusher, I might actually just run out the Papercraft Decoy. Or maybe I can just take 3 again and just grow the crap out of these. I guess I can trade for the 3-2, never mind, let's just do this. Or let's just trade a 2-2 for the 3-2 if that happens. And if he has Suda, we'll bait it out, it's totally fine. We're blocking this. Could see maybe a trick, I'm totally fine with that, okay, that's fine. Just keep running out artifacts. Maybe we finally see a removal spell here. Alright, that's fair enough. It's a pain in the ass to deal with, and it's still a pain in the ass. The second one is still a pain in the ass. We could double 1-drop, actually. Yeah, maybe that's better. I do want to get out the Reckoner raids early, so... It's kind of insane here. We're running off of just 2 lands. It's so stupid. This game is so dumb. Centipede, now that I can block my 2-2. So we're probably fine just running the Papercraft hitting for 3. And then if he attacks with a Chain Flail, do I care? Could have a Planar Incision here, but if he wants to 2-for-1 himself, that's fine with me. Or he could Flicker this, block it, and hope he wins the late game, but no. And I'm fine taking 4 here too. We should be ahead here. I don't need to worry that much. Searchlight? That's gonna hold my game plans. I do have March for 1. But you see, he's probably gonna double block here instead, I have to imagine. So now what? Probably run out the Centipede and take it slow. Yeah, and then maybe set up the turn next turn. I could also Gravelighter, but he's just gonna sack a token. Yeah, I just run Chain Flail. Maybe we'll set something up next turn. And then we'll say go. Opponent has some nice X1 hate against my stuff, so hopefully no Go Shin time, but we can still kill it, I guess, for X = 2. Opponent could just pump and attack. Well, I guess he's going to be aggressive in the air, that's fine. I mean, he's going to be shields down on the ground if he does this. I guess he can attack and just reconfigure and attack again. This implies he doesn't have anything in his hand if he's going to do this play. I have March to make up for it. Wow, it just keeps up mana. That's really interesting too. I guess he has this pump effect, but I can March just to blow him out. So I guess I don't mind attacking these 2, and then if he tries to pump, I should be okay. I guess I can also attack with this because it has Menace. Yeah, let's just go for this. And then he could just do his pump, block, and pump thing. I could, yeah, and then yeah, he could just double block, do his stupid pump thing. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'll put the Spirit first. And then we can do X = 2 to blow him out, so... I mean, he doesn't even need to use his pump trick, honestly. Wow, smart player. He knows what's up. Yeah, I'll run a second Chain Flail. Opponent must be suspicious and thinking, why the hell would I? Could see the stupid crab here. No crab. Yeah, I tried interacting with a 5/5. Yeah, this card's so dumb. I'm happy that we just moved into red-black. Okay, yep. So there's an example of another 3 wins from traditional draft. And then I did red-black again, so... And the games are a lot faster, so I guess it's only 6 wins if you get a win streak, so you... I don't know, it varies. Like, some games can go down up to, like, 3 matchups, 3 matches, because, like, obviously you can win 1, you can lose 1, and then a final game decides a decision. But if you just go 2-0 with, like, all of your games, like, it's just 6 wins and you get 3,000 gems, that's fair enough, you know? And losing also isn't that bad, because, like, you can still, like, win, so... Yeah, I would recommend going best out of 3, folks, if you want to do, if you guys want to do, do Neon Dynasty just because the value is just a lot higher, the difficulty is a lot less, and yeah, this red black deck is definitely not as good as the first one I did, and still managed to 3-0. Funny enough, yeah, it's not even that good. I mean, these two cards were the all stars, but I've seen more insane like red black decks with like Kumano faces Kakazans and Okibas, and then Goblin twin shot sniper on 4. But yeah, don't sleep on red. It's just like blue, and just like white. They just want to do their own thing. They only pair well with one other color, and if, if it's open and you can know how to build it, then it's very strong. If you can't, just draft green. You know, just go green, green whites, green blacks, multicolor, or just go black and then just try to just play everything else except white with it, and you should be fine. So that's kind of just my strategy for this format, and it's actually been pretty good. Also important to know the top commons, obviously, but yeah, we got up to 3 wins, so we get to claim our prize, and yeah, that's basically two more draft entries. So I would recommend definitely doing traditional draft Neon Dynasty, and even if you get up to only like 2 wins, you're still only getting you're still getting 1,000. Like you should. I mean, it's not obviously you're not gonna get back most of your value like you would in Premier Draft. Let's just open these packs. See, I got my entire collection here. But yeah, let's just try to compare the Premier Drafts and the traditional drafts after we're done with this. Actually, pack 1, pick 1, Assassin's Ink versus Modern Age. I think I would take Assassin's Ink again, just to be in black. Spinning Wheel Kick is a great uncommon. Not the best green uncommon, but maybe like number 5 and still very good. Green has just a lot of great uncommons. It goes Kappa Tech Wrecker, Blossom Prancer, into like Generous Visitor, no, into Beseiju, Regis Skyward, into Generous Visitor, into Spinning Wheel Kick. Yes, Touch is good. Commune is also good if you're heavy enchantments, or you have some powerful rare enchantments you want to search. And then yeah, Completion. I don't see this play too often, but it's also fine. Ninja's Kunai. Right, yeah, let's just compare Premier Drafts. So what happens? So if you get up to 2 wins, which equals to 4 wins in traditional draft, you get 1,000 gems and I guess three packs. Here you get, I guess you only get 1,400 gems in 3 packs. So I guess you go down a pack, right? Let's check. No, you go up a pack, so it's actually not that bad. Obviously, 1,400 gems is better than an extra pack, because a pack can like give you only like 20 gems if you're finished a collection. So obviously this is better, but once you get up to 6 wins, you only get 1,800. Yeah, that's nothing compared to 3,000. I guess you get 5 packs out of the deal, and then if you do traditional, you get 6 packs. So that's way more than just so if you get up to 6 wins, assuming that you go 2-0 on every single one of them, you get way more than just going 6 wins. And yeah, holy crap, it's a huge difference. And then once you get to 7, you can get to 2,200. So yeah, WotC knows how to do their whole economy to their benefit. They also only make Premier Draft ranked. Unlike the best out of 3, because they know that they can squeeze more money off of this and people will participate in more events. But that's how it goes, if they gotta make money, they gotta make money. But yeah, it's kind of funny how you can just take the easy way out and just do this, and you still end up drafting more than you usually would. So yeah, I might just start doing traditional best out of 3 from now on. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just gonna sign off for now, since it's getting kind of late. And usually, if I do Premier Draft, my drafts do go up to 4 hours, but I've been having a lot of fun doing these traditionals, and yeah, still managed to save a lot of time. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy my videos, and as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.